It is Wednesdays, my dudes. So Jeeks should be on today. He was having some work trouble, so he should make it eventually. And we'll see what happens with that. All audio by White Bat Audio. Oh, did you, Aries? Cool. I got some orange canteen again. Orange is one of those flavors that I can always drink it, like always. I hate how comforting orange is. Because orange is always so comforting. There we go. Loop. Volume settings. Go to the browser source. Turn that bitch down too. There we go. Orange chocolate? No, just orange. Good old fashioned orange flavor. Color? The flavor? Who knows? It is just orange. But yeah, so I had some things to talk with Jeeks about, but so Iggy here put me on, fucking tagged me in a post from Domo, and the post was, "Would you fuck a horse for $100,000?" I would give a horse the best time of his fucking life for $100,000, like no cap, because it's 100 grand's 100 grand, bro. Like, I ain't gay, but 100 grand's 100 grand. You know what I'm saying? You can buy a lot of ammo with that money. That's Scar money right there. That's Bryn 76 money. Would you get a truck painted orange? Actually, I would, yeah. There's a really cool color of orange that is, I forget what it's called, but it's like a deep burnt orange. It's really, really pretty when like the sun hits it. It's really nice. How you doing, Davian?
Thank you for
Slap.
Join the stream. He's talking about horse fucking.
God damn it, dude. Slap. You have the worst fucking timing. It's Iggy's fault, man. He tagged me in a fucking Twitter post. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Good God. Look, bro. He tagged me in a post. I responded to the post. It's all that. It's all. That's it. That's it. That's all. God damn it. I'm just answering a question. It's 100 grand. What? I would do some horrible things for 100 grand. It's what it is. But I'd happily kill you for free.
Thank you for flying Gorgon Airlines.
Ah, for good lord. Insane Sec 8, thank you for subscribing to Tier 1 for 11 months. Same with Slap. It's been 11 months. Good lord, man. Time flies when you're miserable and suffering in real time. Ugh, my word. You see what you do for 2.5k? Yeah. Well, to be fair, that was quite popular. The Japanese really did enjoy that. I forget what the actual like things on it were. Probably go find it real quick. Let's switch my account. Boom, boom, boom. God damn it. No matter where I go, they hear my voice in the ether. Came for the pundit interview sub for this. I mean, I know one guy in the Discord said he got a commission done. But we'll see. So I got Nugget Fest coming up here this next weekend. So it's gonna be a lot of, hey Iron, there you are. It's an Iron. It's Ern. Ern. How you doing, Ern?
Oh, this is probably not going to end well. Let's nip that in the butt before.
Oh my god, smug face. Jadewall, so Nugget Fest is actually quite fun. There's a lot of cringe, for sure. But Nugget Fest is kind of my favorite event of the year. Because of the fact that I get to go see a whole bunch of weirdos just like me. We all get to shoot guns together, eat together, sleep together in a very non-homo way, but it's Nugget Fest, so who actually knows? And, you know, the huge rain day. So you shoot together, eat together, you fucking drink together. Last year, the boys from AK Scans brought a goddamn projector, so we all watched anime together in the fucking woods. It's fucking dope as shit.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Bro, like, it was Lartigus and his brother brought out a fucking projector, and we were watching Black Lagoon, like, on the trees and shit. It was great. Ah, Aries, good to hear, man. Pay raises are really fun. I have not gotten a single... The only time I got a pay raise was in the army, because when I ranked up, I got a pay raise. Only fucking time. I never got a fucking pay raise anywhere else. Like, it seems like I've always been in, like, some kind of commission work, whether it's been, like, being, like, a waiter, or working on tips, or working on commission. It's always been, like, I gotta shake my ass and fucking pull my titties out for a fucking pay raise. Know what I mean, Earn?
Yeah.
Earn.
Oh, I got some good news from work. I got a nice little something coming, so
Oh, did you?
let's see how I can waste it.
1,200 Ducky McCurds of one anime girl.
Well, I don't have one of those in the wall.
Not yet. Not yet. One day I will get Squeaka to come on here. One of these days. One of these days. But yeah.
Everyone needs Squeaka.
So I'm trying to. So like it's supposed to be Jeeks' day. Some of the guys wanted to go and interview Jeeks and harangue him for questions, but he's having a lot of work trouble right now, so he may be here. Maybe we'll find out. We'll see. But Iron, how you doing?
I am doing fine. It seems like the only thing that's worth talking about. I mean, aside from bad weather and a little bit of an oil spill, it seems to be Cyberpunk.
Oil spill.
Oh, that gas line thing.
Gas line thing? Did I missed something important?
Yeah, kinda.
So what happened exactly?
So apparently one of the natural gas lines from like Russia to Germany exploded.
Ironic. Nord Stream 2 got blown up by the Biden regime. I wouldn't put it past them.
Come on, man! Like, how are we gonna get the gas?
I don't know. We'll steal it from Russia. They owe us. So before winter, there's now a gas leak or a non-functioning gas line to Germany. So they can be like heat their houses and shit.
Oh yeah, I guess the idea goes that it's now no longer it's now no longer an item on the table for negotiating. Like Russia can't say, "Oh, you give us a favor. You're turning away from the Ukraine thing, and maybe we turn some gas on."
How the fuck did it blow up?
Mysterious circumstances.
You
don't know.
You can't just accidentally blow up an entire fucking gas line. That's like, it seems kind of deliberate. Jeez. So
nobody knows.
You said there's still lots of Cyberpunk news. I still laugh about play Cyberpunk in D&D 5e. You could just play, Cyberpunk, but okay.
Like I am surprised just like how big Cyberpunk has gotten since that anime dropped. Because like I have been calling around to some of my local hobby shops. Mm-hmm. I can't find a copy of the Cyberpunk Red to save my life.
Well, it's one of those things. Anime, people will dip on all the fucking time, but anime can bring things to light. And if you make have an anime, right, with relatable circumstances and good writing and good characters, and it'll sell game books and video games and everything else. Because when you think about it, I know some of you have not seen all of the Edge Runners yet, but it's actually a very well written anime where you actually feel for the characters. except for one who I'm glad died. But whatever. But it's a really good anime because there's actually a struggle being represented. It's not like a god complex shit where you can do everything right. It's a lot of struggling going on, a lot of loss, and it's good enough to where it's turning folks on to Cyberpunk. I know T-shirt said the game has exploded up in population again, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, like when I say like it has gone big, it to the point where I tried to look on Amazon. It's gonna be a month before I could get a copy.
Jacket, I did not say that lolly pussy sells. Ain't no one said that. You said that. You, sir, said that despicable fucking phrase. I said no such thing. I said anime sells. You
All right, guys, I'm gonna need you to clip that.
Chat, can we get a little clipperini Duno? No, I said that. 1 million players on Steam currently. Damn, that's pretty good, actually. Because they were suffering, weren't they?
Like, I think I just saw something about, like, they're up to 20 million sales now.
20 million? Good lord.
They just tweeted about it the other day.
Oh, Iggy posted that. Okay. But no, but even then, like, everyone's all fucking Rebecca's thighs. She's, like, barely even, like, what, 5'2"? Give me a break. They've been worse in anime. Now, I actually quite liked Kiwi. Kiwi was a pretty funny character to me because she played the duality of like just like trying to survive. She has a pretty cool character arc on one of the last episodes. Last 1 or 2 episodes, Kiwi has a huge arc where it shows her personality finally. And then
I have got to get back to it. I'm only about 3 episodes in.
1 second here. I have a question to discuss. I know you just released the super tweet in the VR, but if you were to give Unveil a new domestically produced fighter, what airframe would you base it on? So there's no point in the Veil Rider auxiliaries or having a large scale fighter. They need a fighter they can hide. So once so this is a book stuff, Iron. But once the Fae drag over proper fighters, if not more Apaches and things that can seek things with heat, there's no way to hide your fucking your larger jet aircraft. What the Veil Rider folk are going to concentrate on are slim fit, high speed, low drag, basic airframes where if one's lost, it's no big deal. That can be hidden and deployed within very slim margins of space, like dwarven hangar holds or even like fucking hay fields. It'll be literally like, picture it more as like if the Midwest were to try and like rebel, we'd have like our airframes hidden in like wheat fields and barns and shit. Like you have to have these things hidden and then launched out without the need of a lot of runway space. So the one thing the Super Tweet does is that it's a fucking armed Cessna. It can take off with an incredibly low amount of fucking airstrip space, and it sits so low to the ground. You can launch. You can launch the Super Tweets with like a fucking 10-foot fucking clearance of space. They're that low to the ground, and they can go rocketing out of dwarven hangar holds. Pretty. Oh yeah, dwarven hangar holds, love handles, very funny. But the reason why I chose the Super Tweet was because of how low it's to the ground. It can be hidden underneath fucking shacks and shit. It can take off at like the barest minimum runway space that's even available to it, and then it can carry such heavy loads. It can loiter. So one thing this craft does is that the Super Tweet can loiter with one engine at altitude and just fucking sit there forever with fucking fuel cans. And I mean, at that point, you can make probably 30 Super Tweets for the cost of one like actual fighter jet. There's no point in having fighter jets if you can't supply fuel and manufacture those fighter jets. The process behind. Sorry, Iron, you go ahead.
I was gonna ask, like, are modern jets like $1 million a piece or so? So like something up there.
Even like a Tomcat or a Super Hornet or something like that, it's super expensive. The Super Tweet was fucking produced by Cessna in Kansas. They did it like I think they would let loose a single Super Tweet in like a fucking day. Just boom. But yeah, the logistics behind making an actual fighter jet, it's just so they're better off having access to ground to air missiles than trying to create a fighter jet variant. Because at that point, it's a whole other fucking ball game trying to get that thing to work. And even then, half of the shit in a Super Tweet is still analog. So it's easier to do than trying to manufacture a fucking, a proper like Super Saber or some shit. It's just not in the cards of what they're trying to do. When you are a fantasy-based insurgency, think the fact that the Veil Riders humans are an insurgency that are training more insurgents to combat the main governmental body that is the Veil Fae trying to come back in. So at that point, it's just you you want something you can pump out quick and hide even quicker. Like you can't really successfully hide the footprint of I don't know, like we'll say a Super Hornet, a basic fucking, or a Hornet, like a basic fighter. It's really hard to hide those. Like they have a very particular footprint, and they're super tall. Yeah, a man pad. So think right now of Ukraine. They cannot produce a fighter jet without losing it very easily. But some schmuck in an apartment building with a man pad can tag a jet casually, and the Taliban more or less, but like less goat fucking. Taliban minus goat fucking is the general aim for the current modus operandi.
Clearly, you just need to appreciate the glider.
The glider. The
freaking Ewoks got this down.
Oh, okay, all right. The fabric glider. I was like, my brain was like World War II glider. Like what the? And I believe Domino is now here.
Yes, I am.
The Virginia State Windussi Assessor. That's his name now shows. So what is with you guys in the Discord having these fucking whack ass names? I got like OSHA approved MILF Inspector, OSHA approved Warlord. Like, did y'all get drunk together one night?
I did not. I came along much after all of the OSHA officials made their way to the Discord.
The OSHA
Lots of them just started doing that as an in-joke, and then it just spread. I think the first person to do it was actually Grug, if I remember correctly. I might be mistaken, but he introduced the onerous entity that is OSHA to the Discord, and the only way that I could respond was by establishing my own state-based assessment organization.
I see.
Jiggy's up. Like OSHA found us.
So, Domino, do tell us, how does one assess a Windussi? Please enlighten us.
Well, you see, what the office of the state assessor's duties generally comprise of are establishing the value for state tax purposes. So,
hold on. Are you telling me that Windussis are taxable?
Only if they are a spouse. That's one of the criteria we check.
Oh, so you can only tax marriable or married Windussi.
Yes, although we do acknowledge what are known as common law marriages, which is to say a pair admits to being in a romantic relationship and have been cohabitating for in excess of 2 years. Then, if they so choose, they can opt to file jointly or separately, but in both cases as man and Wendigo, either way.
Iron, do you hear how smoothly he pulls this shit out of his ass? He just steps right into it. He's like, okay, sound official. Taxes.
I'm just trying to figure out when the ruling changed to 2 years. I thought it was 7. Or is that a state by state basis?
I'm pretty sure it's shorter in Alabama for certain reasons. All right.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at making things sound real over the years.
Well, you're in the military, so we all gain that particular application of knowledge. Like, what are you doing? Well, you see, you got like a bunch of this absolute crepes of bullshit so you don't get fucking like. I don't want to do a barracks check. I was, actuating the particular refrigerator unit in the barracks, and I gotta go take care of that real quick. Is a Windusy tax deductible in a harem? Good lord. Anyway, so Domino, have you
Only in Utah.
So Domino, have you watched any of the Edge Runner series or no?
I actually have. I watched. Let's see, what's the last episode that I saw? The last episode of Edge Runners that I actually watched to completion was David and Lucy starting to get it on a rooftop, and everybody was sort of reaching a crescendo of one of their various emotional arcs.
Hmm.
That's the last bit that I remember. After that, we started watching a famous Netflix series now called Bastards, which I highly recommend, especially in the drinking game format, either sipping an alcoholic beverage or beer every time the words Dark Schneider are uttered. When you hear that name, you have to drink. And it's after about 2 episodes, you are having a great time.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, dude, just trust me. It's they took, I don't know who's pitching this to, of all things, Warner Brothers Japan, and who in Warner Brothers signed off on this, but it is a anime about medieval kingdoms named after 80s power metal bands. You have the kingdom of Judas Priest, you have the kingdom of Metallicana. I'm not even remotely making this up. I highly recommend it. But don't treat it as a serious show, because it really, man.
Are you telling me I
It's an 80s
should
manga.
say you're telling me that I shouldn't treat anime seriously? Come on, bro, come on, bro.
All right. Okay. To be fair, Violet Evergarden is an exception, but
The thing I want to point out for people that I think is going to be the most shocking is that it's on Netflix.
oh yeah, that's dude. The number of people that had to agree to that thing, like being produced and being where it is, for it to be on Netflix is mind-boggling to me.
Well, apparently it's not that hard, considering like too many people just had green light powers, and that's part of the reason why Netflix is doing so badly right now. Is that they passed that around so that everyone's just like, oh, you're the trash, you collect the trash, right? How'd you like the green light to show?
Yet somehow I can't get fucking published. I'm about to fucking print a war crime in this fucking place. I swear to God.
Seriously, you gotta watch Bastards. It's so it's so good.
So Iggy points out they did greenlight cuties. So
Yeah, good point. Fair. This is like the opposite end of the spectrum for that. Like if Cuties is like the worst possible outcome, right? Bastards is like the best possible outcome.
So, speaking of Netflix and anime, do you think they're going to try and continue this hot trend with Cyberpunk? Because, I mean, this has pretty much been a fucking slam dunk in terms of a very simple... Because this anime was like basically one season, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is a one and done.
Yeah.
Like a mini series.
A one-shot, if you will. And, like, do you think they're trying to ride that? Because the amount of stories you can have in a Cyberpunk world are fucking just... limitless. Like you do one with the nomads, one with the cyberpunks, the corpos. You can have all this shit, and I am kind of hoping they continue this trend of see if Netflix will greenlight a Veil Riders show. Yeah, fucking hot day in hell. But I don't know why this one caught. Because there have been cyberpunk shows for a while now, haven't they? Like, there was Altered Carbon and a few others, yet they didn't hit nearly as hot as Edge Runners did. You think it's just because of the anime factor? Like ooh fucking movies or what? Because there are plenty of titty in fucking Altered Carbon.
I think anime is definitely just the best medium to bring it through, but we've been ripe for definitely getting something big cyberpunk for a while now. I mean, like you said, Altered Carbon's been around. The last about decade has kind of had a quiet bubbling up of the cyberpunk aesthetic.
When you think about it, I mean, there can only be so many settings that you can have. Like, you can only push the envelope so far. Like, they tried Mortal Engines, which is basically diesel punk, and they fucked that up. They did the second Blade Runner for some fucking reason, which is mostly just a meme, like a meme reaction machine. A Shadowrunners show made by who? Because I don't know if Shadowrunners is going to be fucking political, guaranteed, because it's tied to Wizards of the Coast. I mean, it's a fucking bang on guarantee. It's going to be fucking full of political bullshit. Like, I think we discussed Arcane, but Arcane's not cyberpunk. Arcane is
Magipunk?
steampunk, magipunk. Is that what you'd call it? I guess I don't know. This
Trash. It's trash because it's League of Legends.
Hey, it was a
in
good
every context.
It was a good cartoon. All right,
I keep hearing, but you're never gonna convince me to watch it, just on principle.
There's a hot redhead in
Nice try.
it. Nice try, Kimasabi. Not this time. All right. Let's see. Slap says, I'm fucking tired of live action shows and movies, so I welcome more animation. I think it's the fact that there's been nothing but live action, and it's always been fucking just really annoying. Like, live action got a bit tiresome, didn't it? Like, with animation, you can all these good voice actor. There's no real need for good acting. You know, as long as you can sound happy, sound sad, sound horny, you're good to go. But like live action, they just keep choosing awful fucking actors. Like look at Lord of the Rings and Galadriel, just an awful fucking acting choice. And if you have one bad actor, it'll pull an entire show down to the depths of hell. Did you watch Bright? Yeah, Bright was more or less like a 1999 Shadowrun.
Yeah.
And actually, I quite liked Bright. I actually thought the premise was really neat. And we are never going to get a fucking sequel. More than likely.
Oh, no. If anything, Will Smith slapped that away.
What was he thinking?
So I saw a YouTube video. I forget who by, but
The Kangs of Power.
bro, come on.
and so he made the 5 Kangs. The one Kang he made in secret. One Kang to rule them all. Return of the Kang. Like, the amount of memes this thing spawned is just like you know you shouldn't laugh, but you still you're trying to hold it inside. Whoa.
Oh man, that's
now,
pretty good.
now, Domino, have you seen the one pronoun to rule them all video yet?
I have not yet.
So, Flash gets made a spoof on 7 pronouns are given to the humans, or like the TikTokers. It's a huge fucking video. I'll hold on. I gotta find it. But you were saying something before. You're saying something before that you saw a video.
Yeah. So, sorry, internet argument that's also happening at the same time distracted me. So,
Don't you hate it when you're in 5
video.
arguments at once?
Oh, dude, I like 3 at least right now. But so the review video brought up there are a couple plot points in Bright that are leftovers from a previous version of the script that, you know, sort of get left in and don't really follow with the rest of the movie. And, you know, that's evidenced in a couple cases where that's pretty good. For example, a lot of the interaction between Will Smith's character and his daughter was originally centered around an idea that he and his wife or her mom were estranged. Hence the whole he goes to drop her off somewhere and it's an apartment, even though he lives in a house with his wife and kid, and that scene didn't really make a whole lot of sense. There are a couple scenes like that. I gave those critiques to the individual that made the video because they were pretty fair. But they also had a couple critiques that I thought were a little ridiculous because they decided that the entire movie was some kind of commentary on the then
Don't say it.
extremely popular
Don't say it. Don't you fucking do it.
Bravo Lima Mike movement.
Let me guess. They're. I can already hear the. I can already hear the argument in my head. Them pulling shit out of their ass.
Oh, there were several arguments, but the primary one that ended up being a point of contention was the whole "fairy lives don't matter today" remark when he smacks the fairy down and like absolutely
demolishes
owns
him.
it. Dude,
but like, but hold on, Bright came out like almost 6 years before the BL movie even started.
Yep.
So like, are they
right as it was getting started? In point of fact.
I mean, if it was a white dude beating a fairy down, then yeah, they've had an argument, but it wasn't. So I don't. That and apparently fairies are apparently that and fairies are fucking assholes. So we kind of had to come into them.
Well, you forget the part where the partner was an orc.
Well, the thing is, the orcs weren't being tribalized for their prospective race or color. It was because they were fighting for the Dark Lord. The reason why they're so ostracized is because they side with the enemy. They were a past enemy who is now made a non-enemy. Like, I don't know why people keep like, if there's a narrative point as to why someone's hated, like they drew obvious parallels between real life stuff and like fantasy stuff, but like you can tell that since they were the bottom rung of society, that they were like, you know, kind of like the ghetto race, because they were kind of looked down upon, not given the same opportunities, because not because of what they were, because of who they fought for and with. It was a historical, you know, tangible reason, not like, oof, I hate tusks, you know, there wasn't that kind of shit in there. That and the the humans also hated the fucking elves, because like I think everyone hated the elves, even the elves hated the elves at that point.
There's a so culture actually ended up being a big point of contention in the critique video, because they felt that the orcs were a sort of cultural, I think pastiche is the correct word, of what they felt. I'm trying to paraphrase, but I'm probably misquoting horrendously. I'd have to look at the video again. It was a pastiche of how they felt non-African Americans perceived gangster culture, personified in this race. However, I personally felt they did a pretty good job of doing that, in that the really crappy parts of the world that I've seen, and even crappy parts of, you know, American cities that I've been in, fit more or less what they were going for.
Well, to be fair, they were in fancy LA, which is a shithole anyway, so it's not like you're missing out on much.
Dude, if LA stopped growing out and grew up, you'd have Mega City 1 in no time.
You like the Peachtree shit going on, and like
Dredd.
Thank you, Judge Dredd. Funny, I can remember the fucking name of the goddamn tower, not the actual movie. Fuck me. Can't have shit around here.
You know, it's a shame. It's like, as good as that movie is, it's not a good representation of Judge Dredd.
Well, the first movie was.
Oh yeah,
with
Stallone
and Rob Schneider. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. But man, even back, you know, like old movies, like has anyone else noticed it's kind of coming back around, like all the neons coming back and shit?
Yeah, dude, you know what has blown the neon / fanny pack generation's mind is that
I saw 6 fucking fanny packs, leather ones, in a single day.
Now that's an unnecessary flex. Just get a regular fanny pack.
Well, I'm driving along. I'm like, is that a fucking fanny pack? Like, I slowed my truck down on the fucking highway to look at this fucking dude in his goddamn fanny pack. I was like, what the fuck? I went, man, how weird. Until I saw like 5 more. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell?
I should.
Like I'm waiting for the
have
flock
a
of
fanny
seagulls
pack,
haircut to come back.
I
Flock
wouldn't
of
say
seagulls.
collection, but I think I have 3 fanny packs, and I was wearing them before they became cool again. All right, but
Fanny packs,
point is,
fanny packs have to be
they're
nylon.
back.
Saying a fanny pack has to be nylon, bright
Nah,
purple
it
or
doesn't have to
yellow,
be nylon.
with like a horrible zipper that doesn't quite close all the way. You know.
Here is the video. So, circling back, the video title of the critique is "Bright: The Apotheosis of Lazy World Building," and I would say the single best point brought up is that at some point during the writing, the original script got thrown out, new guy got brought in and jacked it all up, and that generated a lot of the plot issues. I think that's a legitimate critique. I think a lot of the other stuff is just sort of a very, very much an opinion piece.
I wouldn't really call it lazy writing though. Like compared to the shit we have right now, we consider fucking masterful. Like, good lord.
Oh yeah, for what was coming out at the time, it was certainly a breath of fresh air.
Well, at least in Bright, they tell you why everyone fucking hates each other. The elves have all the fucking money, so everyone who's not the elves hates the elves. You know? And yeah, you saw that, did you?
Yeah.
Sorry, me and Domino send fucked up DMs to each other, like always on podcast. I think I'm winning so far. Anyway,
Oh, on God.
on God, bruh. But I think Cyberpunk is really underappreciated. I'm not sure if we'll have the only thing I can think as far as is called steampunk would be Carnival Row. That's the closest thing to steampunk I can think of. If it's not diesel punk, you got your ferries and also steam engines and all that fucking crazy shit. That's like the closest thing we've had to like steampunk fantasy type thing, which can still be considered magipunk, I guess, but they have like bolt action rifles and shit. But some things are definitely
fantasy World War One.
It is kind of, but we're seeing a lot of subjects get played out. You know what I mean? Because it's mostly franchises. A lot of these franchises and established, I guess, shows are getting this fucking run to the fucking carpet like a dog turd at this point. I mean, there's how many Star Trek shit, there's how many Star Wars shit, there's how many fucking Lord of the Rings shits. I mean, it's just like they check. Should we do something original? No, let's drag this thing back from the fucking dead and do it again. Like I'm waiting on like, well, they tried the Matrix again and that fucking flopped like a fucking flaccid dick. And I'm waiting on like like I don't know, like the Patriot 2 or some shit. Like let's do another sequel of a thing, and I'm gonna drag some poor fucking movie if we shouldn't have one and done her out of the fucking
Top Gun 3.
Top Gun 3. Well, that'd probably do well though. That's a problem. But I mean, I don't know. It seems like they tried to do something original with the Woman King, and they decided to go alternative history on it. Black Adam's gonna be, I don't know, because Black Adam could go well or it could not. And then Ryan Reynolds announced Deadpool 3 with Hugh Jackman in it, which is going to be interesting. Has there been a bad Deadpool movie yet?
The second one.
You like that one, did you?
No.
Why not?
A bad Hugh Jackman movie.
X-Force.
Oh, it wasn't up to snuff with the first one, and it became about the kid trying to stop the future. Yeah, it was trying to shoehorn in a story about trying to save a kid, and it didn't work for me. Hey,
I highly enjoyed watching Brad Pitt get shocked and nude live on stream. That was definitely a highlight for me for that movie. I don't know.
Oh, that probably.
I would say the Wolverine movie, like the creation, like his origin story movie. I thought it was okay. Didn't think it was that great though.
Well, they're definitely, that storyline was getting really thin. Like that was a whole lot of bread for like a little smear of butter going on there. A lot to deal with there. But yeah, like I was enjoying the prospect of the Woman King because that's a bit of history they could touch on and show like the duality of maintaining a kingdom and how money is kind of like a deciding factor in some morality, and they completely fucked that up. They did like they're trying to do like revisionist history via movie form. I was like, what the fuck? So that was a big flop. House of the Dragon is still on its infant legs. They're still talking about. Didn't some guy say he wanted to redo season 6 or some shit and like have a season 6 redo?
Oh, I mean, there was a big old sign this thing going around where people were like, yeah, redo season 8.
Well, I could have sworn that some director wanted to do it, like he was getting geared up to do it, but I haven't heard anything else on it myself.
I think it's just a matter of we need to just accept they screwed the pooch and it's just a bad show. It's like we have to kind of.
You go ahead. Sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of a matter of we have to kind of accept that sometimes shows are just bad. Shows just have bad endings. We can't necessarily always. We can't just always redo it and undo it. I mean, despite the fact that they're gonna try it with all the CGI and the quietly editing these things later.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Rogue Squadron got canceled. That's not surprising.
The new Star Trek movie got canceled.
Good.
Thank God.
It's time. Was it Filthy Frank? It's time to stop. It's time to stop,
Dude, after the Picard series,
You hold
man.
on. You actually watched that? Like all of it?
I watched 5 minutes of the first episode, and I was so bored, I just went and watched highlight reels on YouTube.
And I was so bored. It's gotten to the point that I have gotten where I will go on YouTube and look up like show highlights and just watch a show via that. Like, should I watch this? If the highlights are boring, I'm not gonna watch your fucking show. Like if these are your highlights, nah, I'm good, bro.
Have you seen Danger 5?
Danger 5.
Oh, this is like a 2012 like Australian show that's like a big old parody of like 1950s or 60s.
A team. So season 1, episode 1. A team of Nazis abduct the Eiffel Tower and have their eyes set on also stealing the Statue of Liberty. So Danger 5 heads straight to Paris. Okay, this is like, okay, yeah. Okay, so it's like a fucking a comedy thing.
Yeah, like if like that British Avengers was done as tongue in cheek.
Gotcha.
Like the team has a freaking bald eagle headed guy leading them.
Really?
Oh yeah. Here, let me.
Okay, I see it now. Yeah, it's literally like a poorly taxidermy bald eagle head holding it. What the fuck? Well, at least this would be more self-aware and funny, you know. It seems. It seems more
where, like they have a giant like kaiju fight with man in rubber suits in a miniature city fighting a big Nazi robot.
Is this one with like Detective Hitler?
I think that's actually where it came from.
Yeah, Detective Hitler, FBI. Yeah, I think that's where it came from. But like, there did be more self-aware. Shows got less and less self-aware. Like they got hyper-aware in the things they shouldn't be aware on. You know what I mean? Like, there's no more tongue-in-cheek shit. Like no, you don't understand. It's serious, bro. Like, it doesn't have to be serious. It can be fun. You could have fun in the show. And then you got like the super dry shit, like Picard. It was one of them I always hear, but I knew I was gonna like it, so I didn't watch it. But like trying to compare like the new Star Trek shows to like what's the one that it's like the alternative Star Trek. It's got that goober from Family Guy in it, Seth Green or fucking
Lower Decks.
No,
or the Orville.
The Orville, yeah. The Orville is super interesting and fun to watch, and entertaining. And the Orville is literally a Star Trek knockoff, but they pull off Star Trek better than Star Trek at this point.
They gave the starship a computer virus from porn.
I mean, but the thing is, it's still entertaining though. It's like it's how it's funny. Like you go, huh? You know, like it still takes a piss out of itself every once in a while. And I don't think there's I don't think there's been like an actually emotional show I've actually felt something in, except for like recently, except for like Edge Runners. It's really about it. You know. Jeez. Why does TV suck, man? Why?
Well,
Because it has no audience.
It has no audience.
Well, I mean, all these shows are basically made for streaming services, so they have to be made for the globe. Like, whereas in the days of the network, if you had something on like Spike TV, you basically knew who your audience was going to be. It was going to be for basically 25-year-old, 18 to 25-year-old guys.
Spike TV and Stripperella, man. Jeez. Well, remember like Fox and TNT TV and Spike TV. I mean, it got too homogenized, I guess, or something. I guess I don't know. Like, when was the last time you all paid for cable?
Oh, I've never paid for cable.
oh geez.
Like, I had cable in Tulsa in 2008. And that was the last time I ever bought cable. That'd be 2008, 10, 14 years ago. Like, I haven't had actual TV in 14, 13 years. You know, like it's all gone internet. It's no longer a satellite dish or a fucking actual hard cable going to a fucking Cox box to let you watch your shows. It's all online now, which I guess is good in terms of like accessibility and you know, price lowering and all that fun stuff. But it's just like, it seems like it's all the same shit now. Well, I think that's why Edge Runners hit so hard, because it's so fucking different. You know, it shows death and gore and boobies and actual loss. It shows traumatic experiences, like the guy loses his mom and all that. Like, it's a show you actually feel for.
Yeah, it's in its universe. It's of its own thing. It's not trying to appeal to everyone. It's an anime made for fans of that game, that world, that universe, the people who've been playing Cyberpunk for decades. It managed to work and really open it up for a lot of people.
Well, it's amazing how good writing will do that. Having a good director, good writing, good characters. I mean, you can have that in any setting, and it'll do well. I just don't understand why Edge Runners can do it right, but a multi-billion-dollar fucking TV series can't fucking do that shit well. And the things that do break the mold are always attacked, like The Whale with Brendan Fraser. People are trying to fucking tear that apart. Sorry, fat people are trying to tear it apart. I should denote that. Because the whale attacks a certain aspect of life, you know. It shows, it's kind of like a comeback story. The guy's gay and fat, all right, and then he's gay, fat, and he hasn't seen his daughter in a long time, and he's depressed because his husband died. So it shows him like getting back on his feet and losing weight and reconnecting with his humanity and his daughter. It's a great like uplifting movie. And you got the crab bucket folks who are like, you can't make fun of fat people like this. You should give him a fat actor. Like, you gotta remember that Brendan Fraser loses weight during the movie. You can't just have, because, well, me and Domino for sure know how easy it is to gain and lose weight for sure. But
Yep.
if you have a fat actor on the show, he can't lose weight because they fucking won't. Like, there's one actor there's one actor that was always like, he was like the early 2000 fat white actor dude, where he was like basically the fat white dude, and he had a fucking like metamorphosis as he went to the gym and got super fucking like ripped and shit. What's the guy's name? Loses weight.
There's a freaking Star-Lord.
No. It's Ethan Suplee. So Ethan Suplee played in My Name Is Earl. You know, like the half balding white dude.
Oh yeah.
He played in Remember the Titans as one of the linemen. he was basically like Hollywood's fat white dude, and he had a fucking like he got tired of that shit. So because more or less like they wanted him to be fat, so they kept him in fat roles and wouldn't cast him if he wasn't fat. So like I think over his lifetime he's what the article said he gained and lost over 1,000 pounds thanks to Hollywood and shit. But like the movie The Whale is an uplifting movie. And it's got good writing. It's got a good actor. It displays emotion well. And people are attacking it because health at every size, which is bullshit. We all know it is. Just stop eating. Just stop eating. You know, it's not hard. And then you said, you know, like, I think it said earlier, Iron, that Runner's plays to its audience. You know, like it knows who it wants to, you know, be towards. Like Spike knew what to be about Spike and all that. Well, you can see the adverse reaction with G4 TV, how they knew what their viewer base was, and then just completely disregarded that viewer base.
Or if you want to hear about a newer one, Overwatch.
So I saw some things y'all posted in the Weekend Geek chat. What are they doing exactly? They're like recording voice chat and shit. And if that's true, I am fucked, because that will harass men sexually on fucking Overwatch for hours on end. So I can't play Overwatch 2 then.
Yeah, so apparently they wanna basically record your voice chat.
Why? For what purpose?
Well, obviously it's so they can track you down. They can. Let me pull something up here.
Look, if I can't ask if my Reinhardt has nice feet, I don't want to play the game. All right. I have needs. I still laughed at down. You know Danger, one of the voice actors.
Yeah.
I met her in Overwatch, like no cap. Like I was on stream playing Overwatch. I was like, "Hey, hey kid, you want some money?" That's literally where I met her on. Was fucking Overwatch.
Nice.
I know, and she's been fucking fantabulous. I just got in some fucking new stickers. They're holographic waifu stickers, so they got like a little shine to them.
Tell me more.
I can't really explain. Like it's the unicorn patch. And when the light goes across it, it turns like rainbow colors. I don't know.
Oh, all right, fellas, I gotta head out.
You just got here.
Yeah, I gotta scoot.
You are so lame. Get out of here.
All right.
Go on, you. Skate.
Oh, I missed him already.
Wait, come back. I'm sorry. I take it back. Okay, so what is Overwatch doing exactly?
So, apparently, as someone in the chat here is saying, so you are gonna have to unlock characters.
Huh? What?
Yeah. So you're not gonna get like the full roster like at first or whatever. So you have to like play to earn. Or conveniently, I'm sure.
But you're
just pay us a little bit.
But you're buying a game. They're going for like what the Dead by Daylight route, where you gotta pay for certain characters or some shit.
I think I heard somewhere they were gonna make the multiplayer free to play.
Okay, I mean, okay. So they're gonna make the PvP one free to play, but if you want to unlock certain characters, you gotta pay for them or unlock them via Battle Pass or some shit.
Yeah. So apparently the new characters are all going to be tied to battle passes you can buy, and then you'll have to like either earn them or basically just pay for them, and then you get to have a whole battle pass of stuff to unlock for them with skins.
God, people don't want that, man. Like they're so tired of that shit. Hey, Jolly Boy, how you doing? Like no one wants that shit. Like,
my favorite part is how like right now on Twitter, like Gundam Evolve or Gundam Evolution is trending.
Yeah, I saw a video of that on YouTube, and it was a bunch of black dudes playing it, and they they were really enjoying themselves. There was lots of soft days everywhere, but they were definitely enjoying themselves. And apparently, you can play as a gun tank Gundam and all those other fucking styles of Gundam, and it's really popular and it's taken off. It's basically a battle royale for Gundams, isn't it?
I mean, it's basically the 6v6 of Overwatch, down to like press Q to use your elites. It has like the same control scheme. You build up maneuver.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is Gundam Overwatch.
Man, why the fuck are they gonna have people like?
And I mean, the thing is, like, it's basically does the same thing, and it hasn't pissed off the core fan base like they did with Overwatch.
Hold on, you're saying the Overwatch fan base is okay with this?
I mean, there's people saying go play Gundam instead because they're pissed off at the way Blizzard is treating Overwatch.
I don't even know what to fucking say to that. I really don't. Like, with the first Overwatch, you bought the game, you're able to play the game. I mean, there are things to unlock, like loot boxes and shit, but now they have what, like, now loot boxes and characters? You gotta try and, like, get a character to have a loot box? Yeah, I can play Tracer now, yay! Like, what the fuck, man? Well, I'm not trying to, I'm more like just really just kind of like, what the fuck is wrong with them, Miggy? Because it's like,
ooh,
like,
yeah, apparently at like level 55 of the battle pass I'm seeing here for Overwatch is the character.
Level 55?
Yeah.
Well, how fast it's going to take you to get there? So,
my guess is they'll probably also then sell you like XP boost.
Is it so hard to buy a fucking game now? Like, just to buy a game and have all the stuff in the game to play with it? What the fuck? A bunch of the OG character designers have ditched Blizzard 2. Yeah, I know. Is it me, or is like is just like is shit just going crazily bankrupt now? People are just fucking. It seems like they got too close to the sun, and instead of and just fucking just put their whole wings out and just fell to the ground. It's like, how can VisiPop and Blizzard fall into the exact same fucking trap? Like, VisiPop and Blizzard, despite one being a game, one not, are both the same. Their characters sell the brand. Like, the things they create, the characters, their voices sell the brand. You don't just fucking just pop smoke on those and call it a day.
Ooh, this is even better.
What?
I just came across an article from Vice.
Vice? That should be good.
Okay, the headline: Gundam Overwatch is better than it has any right to be.
Gundam Overwatch?
The Gundam Evolution.
Oh, okay.
It's articles being written saying calling it Overwatch.
Oh, really?
Are then saying it's better than it deserves to be.
Well, it's probably mindless fun, right? You pick your giant robot, you take a robot into battle, you do battle, and you get points for doing good in battle. And that's the simple return function of these battle royale games or the battle games is you pick thing, you fight with thing, you get points for fighting with thing, and the loop continues. It's why I played MechWarrior Online for so long. It's a very simple loop. You take out your big stuff, your robot, you go fight, and you come back and get a new one, you do it again. Well, it's also why I enjoyed Overwatch in the beginning, because like you pick a character, go into a match, you do good or you do bad, and you do it again. It's a very simple loop. It's why Dead by Daylight for me is fun. You pick your killer or you pick your survivor, go in game, do your best, get points, do it again. It's a loop. I don't understand what the issue is. Well, I don't understand why they're trying to change the formula. That's what I don't get. I'm trying to mentally work my way around this shit. Like, it's an established thing. You have your fan base. Why do you want to try and endanger your fan base on purpose?
Well, I think in this particular case, it's shareholders. It is the capitalism in it.
What the fuck do shareholders know about anything? They are fucking brain dead boomer mooks who give you money to make more money. Shareholders don't know shit about anything. Shareholders are there to give Shareholders give me money, I make them money, they shut the fuck up and stay in their corner. I don't know why people put so much weight in fucking shareholders. Ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it's just look. My understanding of it is that Activision Blizzard has Activision Blizzard, and I think it's what King, or one of these mobile game companies, and they're looking around saying, you know, King is like kicking the teeth in of Blizzard. It's not making the kind of money that they are with mobile games. It's Blizzard isn't making the sort of money that Call of Duty makes. Where's the next Overwatch game? Where's the next Diablo game? Where's the next StarCraft game? Why aren't you guys putting out games that will sell tons and tons of stuff? This is what your company's known for.
Still, if they wanted to do that, they should have just fucking gone the Dead by Daylight way about it. All right, you have your base set of characters. If you want the other ones, you can pay for them with in-game currency or money and call it a day. Just do that. Don't have a fucking 55 level battle pass just to because that's a grinding system. You know, like even Dead by Daylight is still a grinding system, but at least you have the ability to use money. It's not even a long. It's not even a long grind either. Plus, Dead by Daylight gives out free shit all the time, free currency and blood shit, blood points.
Yeah, there are some really good alternatives to play out there, like Deep Rock Galactic.
What do they do?
So Deep Rock Galactic, which I'm not surprised you don't know that one.
I tried playing it. I am too dumb to understand that game.
Oh, just you're dwarfs in space.
Yeah, I know. I tried playing it. I know. I couldn't figure out what the fuck I was doing the entire time. I know what the game is. Chat. Good lord. I have the game of Steam. I tried playing it. I just don't understand it. But what do they do for? Well, because is the game free or you gotta buy it? Because I'm pretty sure I bought mine.
Oh yeah, no, you do have to buy the game. It's not following that same method. It's not following the same model. But they've just been really good with handling their community, with handling the customer base. They're not trying to force you into a bunch of stuff. They put out some like cosmetic DLC packs, but that's largely been about it.
So what do they do differently?
Oh, actually, sorry. Let me pull this up. I haven't been as into it lately, but it seems like they've largely responded to the customer base and make changes as the customers feel like they need them.
What do you mean, Rololo? Not good enough for a LAN party, or is that an Ian party? I understand. They also have a battle pass, but it's free. Yeah, so I think both Rock and Stone and Dead by Daylight have a battle pass for free, but you can get the more updated battle pass for a certain amount of money. It's just
I've seen that one kind of getting a lot of similar love.
Yeah, it's just it's just frustrating, you know. It really is. Like it seems so common sense, all this shit, but they can't seem to understand how shit works.
Like I remember back in the day playing like time splitters where you did have to unlock stuff, but it was like, oh, if you do these little achievements, if you go and do these little quests, like you can unlock a new character for the multiplayer. And it's not the same. It's all been gone. It's all been pushed through the mindset of how can we monetize this?
I mean, usually money comes when it comes, and they're trying to force the money out of this. Like they treat every franchise or thing like it's a fucking sponge. You guys gotta squeeze the sponge, and the money's gonna come out. It's why they thought that Lord of the Rings was a sure win. Why they thought that like Overwatch was I guess they think it's a sure win because oh yeah, all the Overwatch whales will come over and buy the stuff. Like yeah, they might. Or you might alienate over half of your fucking fan base and they all fucking drop out.
You squeezed the sponge, but you didn't squeeze out every single drop.
Yeah, well,
He made millions,
well, you
but
know-
not billions.
well, you noticed how like the absolute reverse happened. The Edge Runner anime came out, and now they're having tons of money flow in because of interest. It's why when the Arcane show came out, they had a huge influx of players to League of Legends. People like to, interact with the world they're looking at in a way. Now, mind you, Arcane wasn't quite the same, but it still generates interest. They want to come and try it out at least. And Cyberpunk made how much money after fucking Edge Runner?
So I haven't had a chance to look at how sales have gone since I think we're still like within the same month. So there's no new sales reports, but they're up to 20 million copies sold now.
Which I assume was, well, it could be old players returning too. So it's kind of hard to tell. Is it new players or old ones returning for a nice little shot of fucking Cyberpunk? I'm not. Yeah, well, I
Hard
guess
to say.
we have to wait until see about that one. So I still think Overwatch 2 was to distract from Blitzchung and Diablo Immortal. What's Blitzchung? He keeps saying that.
Blitzchung was one of these guys who was he was a Hearthstone player who had during a tournament made a thing about saying
Taiwan.
Free Taiwan.
And they kicked him out. Yeah, I remember that. Diablo Immortal was a fucking shit show. Something crazy about the current player count has eclipsed Witcher 3. Nice.
Actually, looking on Steam right now, Cyberpunk 2077 is in 5th place for top sellers at full price.
Nice. And thing is, all they got to do is create a couple NPCs of David and Kiwi and I guess Rebecca for the fucking sickos out there, and a few of those characters, and it'll make people, appreciate and understand. Like, hey, we're here for you. It's all so simple. It really is. You just make cool stuff, and people will like cool stuff, and then buy cool stuff.
even if they don't do that, the modders are doing it.
Oh, are they really?
I was going on Nexus the other day trying to find some mods, and everything is just Edge Runner. Like Edge Runner Radio, you can have Rebecca's eyes, you can have David's haircut, you can have all that.
Really?
It's like, Jesus, like I just want like Alita arms. Can I do that?
Oh, a little Battle Angel?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on the sequel to that fucking movie.
Good luck.
I remember when fucking Alita triggered all the fucking fat white chicks. So that was pretty fun.
It's Captain Marvel's turn.
Well, no, they're mad about her fucking, where are her organs? Ma'am, she's a robot. Real women don't look like that. Ma'am, she is a robot.
It was just like the ones who got upset over Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, yeah, having an actual fit woman. Egad.
A white woman.
White. Well, thing is, in the anime, I believe she was also white, wasn't she?
I don't think it was ever really specified, but I mean, the fact that it's an entirely synthetic body, she could have looked like whatever.
Well,
but
yeah,
the
true.
fact was, Scarlett Johansson ultimately did look good in the role.
You say did or did not?
Did.
Oh, did. I mean,
Yeah, I thought she looked good in it.
I mean, it worked well. She fit all the bills for sure. But even then, like in most anime, you can tell, like, who's a white chick, who's not. Like my biggest example is like basically Dominion Tank Police, the little redhead. You're definitely Caucasian, yeah. White, freckles, red hair, got it. White person. you just know. Sarah Connor, by modern Spurgus abilities, Sarah Connor's unrealistic. Banto's probably not wrong. Yeah, there is he. Well, that, and you always hear all this shit. Like, I think it was on T-shirt stream. We touched on shit. Coolio's dead. Don't care. I could not care less about Coolio being dead. It's like, okay. He had one good song, Gangsta's Paradise. Don't care. But you always hear about harping on about all these strong female leads. Have they ever gotten like the last 30 years of cinema or something? Like I
Year
think,
zero. Nothing exists before 2016.
like I think the lady from the Warrior Queen movie, fuck, what's it called? Oh, the Woman King. She said that if you don't watch this, it means the end of strong black female lead actors. And I was like, have you not seen 30 years of cinema? Like you're not breaking any ground here. Like it makes no fucking sense. Is that a thing? Does this year zero concept, like after 2016, does not, it's all new ground now? Like I don't like I can go in here.
Apparently,
Oh,
Grace
no.
Jones doesn't exist.
Grace Jones, yeah.
Like freaking Conan the Destroyer, or View to a Kill.
Let's see here. I keep pulling the thing up here. So, not new ones, because the new movies just don't do it correctly. They put too much emphasis. Like a strong female lead should be like a sleeper. Like she grows into the main female lead. It's like a slow burn. Like I liked how in V for Vendetta, Natalie Portman's character, she was basically a female lead. The story actually revolved around Natalie Portman, not V, and it did it very well. Where she was the main female lead, she has like a climb of her character arc. They did that very well. There's also it was a Gina Carano movie. It was called Haywire, I think. Another, she well, she was like a black ops operative, and that was her female lead. Do we bring up Tomb Raider or no? Because Tomb Raider's like, it's kind of like on the nose.
Man, I'd say either you're dealing with Angelina Jolie or you're dealing with the other girl. The problem is, like, it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of like Dread, where on the one hand you had the one that was more campy and more faithful to the craziness of the games, and the other hand you have the modern more gritty remake.
Spirit says the Asian market loves Scarlet, so Hollywood cast her. Another reason why the Ancient One was a race swap to get around the fact that Tivit doesn't screen while in China. Oh, I guess I don't know.
It was like, and even with that, they had such an easy out where they could have just said, like, the Ancient One is like, I have had many faces over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have just hand waved it and said magic.
Ain't gotta explain shit. It's magic, son. It's just I always get tired of them trying to throw up this. If you don't support X, you hate X, and there'll be no more X's. Like people forget they just erased John Boyega off the fucking posters in China, for God's sakes. Like, none of them care about this shit. It's all about this narrative motive bullshit, and it's just tearing these movies down. Look at the reflection. What, of me? Or the movie Reflection? It's, I don't know, man. It's all just, like I said before, it's also tiring. It's like, ugh. Like, I went to the Edge Runners thinking it's gonna be shit. And I was surprised because I've gone to so many movies and TV series. It's going, wow, it's shit. No.
Like, I'm getting more excited for, like, the re-releases.
Of what?
So, for example, next month, the Bram Stoker's Dracula is getting a re-release in theaters for, like, its 30th anniversary.
Really? In black and white?
Oh, no, that was the 92 one with Keanu Reeves.
Oh, okay. I wish they would re-release the one with
Bella?
No. Interview with the Vampire. Dude, that one re-released in theaters. That's one of my favorite vampire movies.
I don't think I've seen that.
You haven't seen it? Interview with the Vampire? It's got brain scrambled egg. Hold on. Interview.
What, Brad Pitt?
Or
Or
no, not Brad Pitt.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, hold on.
Oh, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt.
Thank you, Tom Cruise. That's the fucking name, Tom Cruise. It was it's based off Anne Rice's book.
I mean, in about 2 years, it'll be at its 30th anniversary, so I'm sure they'll re-release it in theaters. Or, I could just wait probably about a year for the remake they're doing.
The Netflix adaptation. God. So what do you think, man? Like, what's the next genre gonna be? Because for the last 10 years, it's been Star Wars. That's been the big one. It's been Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. And the next 10 years, what do you think is going to be the next up and up in terms of like story settings? Because you only have so many settings. You only break ground newly so many times because everything is going to be derivative of something. But there's going to be like a general aspect, of the next movies to come. What do you think they're going to be? Because my money is set on either, diesel punk or cyberpunk. That's like
I actually think it's gonna be Indian cinema.
Like Bollywood.
Oh yeah, that's been making the waves. I've been hearing all year people talk about this movie RRR.
RR, yeah. So I'm not a biggest fan of Bollywood myself, but I can see how some could be into it.
I haven't seen too much of it, but like the gifs and the stuff I'm seeing out of like the action movies, like they're bold, they're ambitious, they're like launching like 5 guys on a palm tree like a catapult.
So that's the one where they're trying to get over the walls and put their shields together, right?
Yeah, it's just like completely insane. Like I've seen like a guy drift on a horse under a semi truck.
You say they're bold. I'm thinking more like Mimi in my brain. Because they do some shit where it's like,
I should specify, to my understanding, India actually has like 4 or 5 little minor Hollywoods. Bollywood is just merely the song and dance of that. It's just the one that's best known from India.
I suppose. But, tell you, me just watching the trends. We're currently running dry on all the sci-fi shit. Because you can see how the analytics are anything that's sci-fi is running cold. There's just no desire for them, or they're being made so poorly it's killing desire for them. So I see it going 3 ways. Like I said before, probably diesel punk or cyberpunk, and then I am predicting like a dip towards like westerns or like old French Indian War, the 1700s, like that aspect.
Well, the other thing I think is going to happen is you're going to see the low budget movies really hitting off. I think that's going to be the sort of niche they're going to jump to.
I wouldn't call it low budget. I'll call it independent more than low budget. Like
or indie.
Yeah, indie, like
or whatever they can do to throw a buzzword onto them for like marketing, for the marketing standpoint.
See, you say low budget, and I think of like Sky Sharks with like Nazi zombies and shit. Like indie,
you mean art.
Like what I think of like non-Hollywood, it's mostly like independent or indie, where they kind of like, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. And what's funny is that YouTube is riddled with these kinds of movies, like indie animations, indie movies, where it's all these concepts kind of suckered from, sci-fi or steampunk or cyberpunk, and they're like more or less 30 minutes long, and it's literally all there is. And they're all trying to like reach out and try and get funding for bigger movies, or trying to gain like a following. And you're seeing more and more of these getting kind of slurped up and made progressively longer. What about more things like Top Gun, like Cold War films? So Cold War movies are, in my opinion, mostly going to be dramas. Because there wasn't a lot of Cold War warring going on. It's mostly like jockeying and pivoting on proxy wars. They could do a pretty good... Yeah, go ahead.
Since you're kind of bringing up the Cold War, I do think Hollywood is going to try to pivot to doing more movies about Russia being the bad guy.
I was just gonna say they might do a movie on like the Russian-Afghanistan war. That'd be kind of interesting to see. Because more or less, the Russian Afghan war is basically our Afghanistan war. We got a superpower coming in, getting bogged down and going fuck it, and it's going back home. And I could see that being a pretty good show, if it's done right anyway. Which they'd probably be a bit over villainous more than likely, and kind of they'll probably press the nose a bit too hard on that subject matter. I will be down for a movie like Spies Like Us, Firefly, Gone Girl. When it comes to Firefly, when you, it's been how long since Firefly? Let's see here. It's been
Like 15 years,
20 years.
Oh,
So Firefly was 2002 was 0203. So it's been roughly 20 years since Firefly. And actually, Firefly was a pretty good analog for, like, the underdog versus the establishment in a way, but set in the future with spaceships. And it was basically a space western. And it shows, like, the loser's side of the Great Rebellion, the losing side trying to, like, scrap together a life and trying to survive in the Great Void. Great show, but it was a bit squandered by sci-fi and that fucking shithead Joss Whedon. And unfortunately, I don't think there's ever going to be another Firefly. If they do a second Firefly, it'll be a whole new crew. It would have to be. They killed off most of the old crew.
like I think the Hollywood system does not want anything from outside of it to grow up to be big. This fear of competition, this fear of the outsider.
Well, that's the
That's
issue.
kind of-
They have created their competition. So you have all these bustling indie movies, and everyone's making that. Basically, everyone's making movies now, and they're doing it in Oklahoma, and in Georgia, and in Arkansas, and are using this cheap way, the cheap climate or areas to make movies. And you have Timcast making movies. You have Ben
Daily
Shapiro,
Wire.
the Daily Wire making movies. You have dozens of independent movie makers, and probably the next, because movies take a long time to make, not just film, but like cut and edit and all that shit. So probably in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll see an explosion of, I think you're right on that. We'll see an explosion of indie movies and self-made movies coming out. Kind of the same vein that I'm a self-published writer, be a self-published movie. Like, hey, here's a fucking film. You can put it on Netflix. You can put it on Amazon Prime. I guess, in a way, not being tied to Hollywood and all the rigmarole there allows you to make a movie. You have a thing. You can put it on YouTube, or you can put it on Netflix, or put it on Amazon or Hulu. You say, hey, I have original content for you. Do you want to buy it? And they can go, sure. And they'll take it and put it on their platforms. No longer, I guess they don't have to kowtow and kiss the bloated fucking syphilis feet of Hollywood now. There's now a larger outlet for getting your stuff out there. All your OC donut steals out there. I mean, it's literally the same shit I'm doing. Like, I can't get published, despite having an established fan base, an established book sale base. No one will touch me because I won't do what they want me to do. But I can still go on Amazon, or I can go on YouTube, or I can go on Twitch and do this shit and make it and make a little bit of milk money. You know what I mean? And you can grow your fucking fan base doing that. I mean, it's the same thing T-shirt's doing on YouTube. You're going around the, dare I say, establishment to get your stuff out there. Why don't you establish some bitches? Man, I'm working on it. Relax.
I feel targeted by this.
I know, right? Like, bro, I'm working on it.
But I mean, also, it just with the entertainment in mind. I mean, what we're doing right now. This is something people are turning to say, like, hey, I can't wait to see what Guard's going to be saying, this week. Who's he going to have on? We're making shows just by doing this.
I mean, yeah, it really is. It's simply an alternative to come, fill your ear holes with, because, I mean, this is going to sound bad. I know I don't want it to sound bad, but there are creators and consumers, because some folks just don't want to create. I have to fight to not consume and create because I was a consumer for such a fucking long time 20, 25 years of just, I want to consume and turn off brain and just consume thing. But there are folks out there who say, I just want to consume something and turn off my brain and smile and laugh and have fun. Garbro fuck centaurs, hee haw. You know, it's a way to kind of break away from the life you're already fucking having to deal with. And when you have all your movies and TV shows injecting the shit you deal with in life, it's like, oh God, I can't get away. So you start digging down towards, other content, and you find these little gems in the rough, on YouTube and whatever else. You go, oh, content, and you're able to consume without this looming specter of real life looming over your head. You could read about elves slotting you in soldiers and fucking having waifu pillows come to life. It's just another way to get out there.
That, or you could just be excited for, oh, the Scarlet Witch could be coming back. No one's ever really gone.
Oh boy, a new Marvel
turn your
movie.
brain off. I can't wait for Marvel Product 354.
Consume product and be excited for next product. Man, like the Marvel burnout's real though, isn't it? Like this, we've had how many years? We've had 15 years of superhero movies, right?
No, you go back further. Like, freaking the X-Men movies were in like 2002, 2005. Spider-Man, you had the Dark Knight trilogy. It has been like 25, basically 30 years of superheroes.
Jesus. And when you want to get down to it, when you watch a superhero movie, you kind of already know what's going to happen, don't you? Like, it's going to be superhero's going to do stuff, and he's probably not going to die. He's going to save the day. Like, it's so formulaic. And that's one thing I like. That's like against Hollywood is like their formula for like a movie.
Well, yes, but at the same time, if you can stick to the genre and you can keep putting out the formula that people are going to want it, like, you mean I want to watch like another like cheesy like Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's throwing out one-liners left and right. I mean, I want to go rewatch Commando.
Well, you can't have those because it promotes toxic masculinity.
Dang, I forgot about that.
The only way to get around, like, because we are due for one of those, just a funny, goofy, like, one-liner Rambo movie, but in order to get those, you have to make them yourself or make them independently. Because they said one movie where it's going to be a more, like, emotional something. They're going to take a character and make him more, was it Batman or some shit? We're going to make him, like, more emotional.
James Bond.
James Bond. That's right. They're making a more emotional and feminist James Bond or some bullshit.
I mean, if you want to if you really want to stop and ask yourself, what was the last comedy?
Like comedy movie?
Yeah, just straight comedy.
Shit. I think I've
and
seen
I don't mean
one.
like the Marvel movies where like you get a couple of jokes in there alongside some action movie. And yeah, just a straight up comedy.
Okay. Bullet Train was a pretty good comedy, all things considered.
But it's an action movie.
But yeah, but it's still it was still funny.
But like I would say Grown Ups 2.
I don't find anything Adam Sandler does funny now. Actually, I would say the last comedy movie I watched that was actually more comedy than anything else was probably Role Models. like Role Models came out in 2008, and that was basically Paul Rudd and Sean William Scott in it. And like the Weird Al movie, that's probably going to be a probably good comedy. Yeah. You've heard about that one, haven't you, Iron? The Weird Al movie?
Like
yeah.
It's basically them taking it over the top, and it seems like it could be good. Being the biggest benefit, it's like, isn't it like going to be like on a free streaming service?
I'm not sure. Like it's funny because I went to Google. I typed in Google comedy movies, and none of these are actually comedies. Superbad was a comedy, not a great one. Oh, Paul. Paul was a comedy. Paul had like the alien guy who.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Paul was a good comedy. At the same time, Paul was fucking 2011. That's 11 years ago. Like that's hard. Like a purely comedic movie, not like a funny superhero movie. Give me a time frame.
Grown Ups 2 was 2013.
Oh,
like, 'cause
would you consider Free Guy a comedy or no?
oh, maybe.
Well, yeah, actually, it's not really a comedy, is it? It's more of a. Actually, it'd be an action show. It'd be an action show with comedy. Ted and Ted 2. Those were not funny. Ted was not funny. That was awful.
It was like a Family Guy bit just taken and stretched out into a full movie.
Hey, Lois, remember it was a fucking teddy bear? So Ted and Ted 2, I have to agree, were basically like drawn out Family Guy skits. They did Beavis and Butthead movie. They had a great bit, which is decent middle finger to wokeness. Oh, did they? I have not seen.
That's pretty good.
I have not seen the Beavis and Butthead movie yet.
So, it is one I recommend, but
Is
to not get too into it, not really give too much away. They send Beavis and Butthead to like space camp,
What?
and then they get teleported through like a black hole to 2022.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And they're like from like the 80s, so it'd be a hard clash of culture then.
Exactly. So you have them going around and being taught about like white privilege.
Really?
The best part about it though is Beavis and Butthead do not change. Like, to my understanding, that was like one of Mike Judge's like stipulations to get this movie back. He got like he managed to get like 50% ownership back in it, and he's like, Beavis and Butthead, they do not change. They do not grow. They do not learn a lesson. They just want to care about like metal music and freaking chicks.
Yeah. So Spirit
and being idiots.
So Spirit's a good point here. There are a bunch of recent comedy films, but they are all just stepping on eggshells because of well, basically they're not allowed to be the full edged comedy they want to be. Is what basically Spirit's saying here, which is not incorrect. They can't be the funny they want to be. Like movies should be like a fucking Keenan Peele skit, but they can't be. They're not allowed to go full bore funny. Like, you know, there's a comedy like Hot Fuzz, and there's a comedy like fucking where's it? Fucking, it was a horrible raunchy comedy, but it was funny as shit. It was like
Fight.
What?
Food Fight.
Trying to find it. It was like a mid 2000s comedy, which like everyone hated because it was so like anti woke. Fuck.
I actually just this past weekend sat down and rewatched the Dane Cook movie Employee of the Month.
Employee of the Month. Oh, that's the one where like they're a giant Costco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So, did you like that or no?
Oh yeah, it's a great one to go back to. It's just because the simple dumb premise of Dane Cook wants to become Employee of the Month because he thinks he's gonna be able to get with like Jessica Alba.
Yeah. So another good like examples of like unapologetic comedies is Waiting and Still Waiting. Those are shows about the like they're basically it's like a waiter and waitress comedy where like they have like thing called The Goat where they pull their balls over the like it's an extremely crude comedy, but it's funny though, and it doesn't really care about, you know, being politically correct. Hot Fuzz was funny. Like I did enjoy Hot Fuzz, and I enjoyed Are You Disabused Yet? What?
Didn't Waiting have freaking Deadpool Ryan Reynolds in it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it was like
fuck that movie then. I am sick of Ryan Reynolds. He does not act.
Yeah, he's everywhere. Like
he shows up on set to be Ryan Reynolds. You're paying Ryan Reynolds to be Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, like the Cornetto trilogy. Yeah, Like, I want more comedy. Like, I want more comedies like Airplane. Just stupid bullshit, but it's you're laughing the entire time. Airplane was brilliant because it was stupid 24/7. It was just fucking like corny one-liners every 5 minutes, and it was a great show. Like, even Beetlejuice is more comedy now than it was back then, because at least they're fucking, they're out there saying horrific shit in a funny way. What are some other comedies? Like, it's funny because you go on these shows and like, oh, the best comedies of 2000s, and they're rating and they're shoving in like 1990s movies. Like, they know they're not funny.
Like, oh well, you see, because Finding Nemo got re-released in 2012, we can say it was more profitable than the Avengers.
Yeah,
it was more higher rated.
I would not call Zootopia a comedy. Bizarre. Calm down. Zootopia was like, we want all the furry money.
I mean, are you kidding? Like, what it did to society, that is pretty funny.
We live in a society of thick bunny ass. That show did absolute horrific fucking damage to like the internet for like years. But like, I'm trying to find a show that was actually just a pure comedy.
They don't make them
2000s comedies, because usually it's just like it's comedy specials now. It's all you find for like comedic movies. Like Tropic Thunder was a pretty good comedy. It slightly action, more comedy. Like I would say Tropic Thunder was a satirical comedy, because it did have blackface the entire time, and they did it flawlessly, in my opinion.
Oh geez, like I found a list from like Collider of like the 20 best comedies of the 2010s.
Oh yeah, what do they have?
And like half the movie is like Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor Ragnarok.
Hold on, Iron. Banto says Zootopia. It's all about the Ewish conspiracy, bro. Come on, bro. You can't be posting that shit on Twitch. Come on, bro. Jesus.
You can't pull the wool over my eyes with that.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, like, okay, so I found a sort of competent list. It's got Tropic Thunder. I didn't find The Hangover funny. It had some funny moments, but we wouldn't really call it a comedy. Borat. Idiocracy. That's kind of a comedy. More like a fucking
Mike Judge.
Talladega Nights. That wasn't really funny though. That's more like cringe than funny. Man, they are desperate. They put Shrek on here. So I typed in 2010s comedies. I have Shrek 2001. Like, bruh, come on now. Come on.
Like,
Trick or Treat was not a comedy. Trick or Treat was a fucking horror movie. The fuck? Jesus. Like, why are all these things called comedies? Did they understand what a comedy is? Like, have they forgotten what a comedy is? Or what makes a comedy? These are all action movies and like dating movies that are just attaching the like if you say a joke in the show, it's not a comedy. I don't get how this works.
Well, you see, as long as we hit the proper joke formula where we can get one joke in every 5 minutes, we qualify.
Scott Pilgrim's a comedy. Shazam's a comedy. No. Now, hold on. Jojo Rabbit was a comedy, and it was funny. To be fair, Jojo Rabbit was funny. Joaquin Phoenix Joker is not a comedy. What the fuck is going on here?
I mean, society.
We live in a society. Ready Player One, it's not a comedy. What the fuck? Cats is no. Sausage Party. Really... Did you ever watch Sausage Party?
No, freaking Seth Rogen.
Like, smoke weed.
Yeah, geez, he was an asshole before. Like, he was going on about how like it's cool to get robbed in L.A.
I don't mind getting my car broken into. Well, that's that fucking Hollywood dysphoria infecting his brain. I don't mind getting my car robbed because I have money.
Look, it's cool because I got a cool knife.
You guys want to see my pocket knife?
Like
Ugh,
the
jeez.
police here say if I get two more break-ins, like they'll remove a homeless person from my stoop.
You get fucking break-in punch card the PD gives you. On your 5th break-in, we move only one vagrant. Oh, thank God.
Or we don't give you a ticket.
Or we don't give you a ticket. Yeah.
You get one get out of a ticket free. Your choice.
I saw a guy on Twitter. His car got broken into in Los Angeles, and he got a ticket for broken glass on the road. Like, his car got broken into, and he gets a ticket for littering because his broken glass is over the fucking road. And she's like, "What the?" So not only did the window get broken, like they broke the window and stole like his backpack. It had a school laptop in it and a few other ththings. But they got a $200 littering fine because his window got broken by fucking. This is during the BLM riots, so he got literally just fucking just rioted. he got a BLM BM'd. He got his shit stolen, and then he got a ticket from the fucking PD.
I see the police were out taking care of the important things during all that,
Oh
like littering.
yeah, glad they're really. Well, that's why I could not be a civilian cop, and like I'm so glad I didn't, because military MPs, we don't worry about all this goofy shit like tickets, and because they will not admit it, but for civilian officers, tickets are a revenue stream. You are taxing the poor for an out taillight or going 5 miles over or some bullshit. It is a revenue stream. And that's why there is no quota. Why there's 16 of you on the highway on the 21st. What the fuck's going on here? Like they always say, no, it's just coincidence. So 16 squad cars stacked up with a motorcycle cop doing radar over an overpass is a coincidence? Fuck off.
They'll never catch on.
I mean, it's just and I got approached. Hey, you want to join the PD? Like, fuck no. You guys are all assholes. All you do is create just anger and resentment. And it's like, whoa, people want to abolish this. I wonder why. But it's a double-edged sword, because if you abolish the police and crime goes up and you can't give your citizens guns, God forbid. That'd be awful. The quota doesn't exist. Yeah. Jolly's down there. Dispersion matrix. Ready Player One is shit. Anyone who says likes it is a wanker. So I liked Ready Player One, but I did not take it too seriously. I watched it once for all the Easter eggs, and I was like, you know what? That was a movie. Like, if I go to a theater and watch a show, I'm like, man, that was a movie. That's a compliment. You know? Like, I think the only time I actually said, man, what a good movie was on that train one, on fucking Bullet Train. Like, only time I went, man, what a good movie. Because, like, I watched Jurassic Park, I was like, man, that was a movie. It wasn't a good movie. It wasn't a bad movie. It was just a movie. You saw it, you looked at it, you ate your popcorn, you left. Literally all it was. It's so hard to find a good movie now.
You gotta go off the beaten path. Sometimes you just gotta go and say, yeah, I guess I'll go watch the shark movie. Let's see what they do on the moon.
Let's watch Sharks. They're making Shrek 5. Are they out of their fucking minds? So I typed in 2023 movies. There's a Wonka movie. God damn it, bro. Come on. Stop. Make something new. Oh.
Well, we're getting Nicolas Cage's Dracula.
That's something. So there's so I have prospective movies pulled up. There's an M. Night Shyamalan movie called Knock at the Cabin, which looks original, While vacationing at a remote cabin in the woods, a young girl and her parents are taken hostage by 4 armed strangers who demand they make an unthinkable choice to avert the apocalypse. Confused and scared with limited access to the outside world, the family must decide what they believe before all is lost. Could be good. Sounds at least off the beaten path a little bit there. Wonka, which is about the early days of Wonka. You have the untitled Mario film. The Little
I love how that's
Mermaid.
just the name of it.
The Little Mermaid, man. Do you want to even touch on that fucking bombshell on this fucking podcast?
No.
Nah.
I'd rather talk about Cocaine Bear though.
Cocaine Bear. So Shrek.
You haven't heard about this movie?
So it's about the bear that found the cocaine in the woods, right?
Yeah, apparently it's marked as comedy and horror.
Man, they are really they're pounding the barrel, brother. So Shrek 5 rebooted is going to be released in 2023. Good lord. Killers of the Flower Moon. Members of the oil-wealthy Osage Nation are murdered under mysterious circumstances in the 1920s. Got Leonardo DiCaprio as a lead. Martin Scorsese, director.
Ooh.
Could be good.
I'm a little disappointed it wasn't like actually a bad movie about killer flowers.
I know, right? Well, they tried that once. Remember that it was the Killer Pollen movie where they made everyone commit suicide.
Oh, the Marky Mark like
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, The Happening. Thank you. Okay, they're making a new Snow White movie.
All right, I think I see the problem that they're gonna have with that movie immediately.
What? That they gotta cast a white person? Dwarves?
Like-
Pick one.
Oh yeah, they did have a problem with the dwarves.
Yeah.
That's right.
Peter Dinklage was like, "I'm the king of the dwarves, and we don't need these films anymore." Remember that shit? The Nun 2, a show called Emancipation with Will Smith. That's gonna bomb. Nothing about it. Just a action thriller film by Antoine Fuqua. Who the fuck is that? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Another Transformers movie? Good lord.
This one's actually bringing in some of the Beast Wars stuff, and it's got like Ron Perlman voicing Optimus Primal.
During the 1990s, the Maximals, Pedicons, and Terrorcons joined the existing battle on Earth between Autobots and Decepticons. Yeah, I could dig it. I could dig that. Trolls 3. God, wasn't Trolls 2 enough? Like, wasn't Trolls 2 enough? Why do you need a Trolls 3? Peter Pan and Wendy, another Disney film. Good. Can they not just create new shit?
No, Disney would rather just milk the past.
Dude, no joke.
I mean, quite literally since the beginning.
So this is
Snow
going to be a Peter Pan movie. No one gives a fuck. I'm looking forward to the Transformers one. If it's going to be good, you know. The Killers of the Flower Moon seems interesting. Shrek 5 is going to be a meme. Kevin Dorr, perhaps. So the Meg 2, The Trench. So another Megalodon movie. Blade 2023, which is going to be interesting. Elemental from Disney. Mad Max: The Wasteland, another Mad Max movie starring Furiosa. Okay. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Actually, Aries posted that one, actually. Let's see what that was. Avatar 3, of course. Another Hunger Games. Star Trek.
We're actually going to get a freaking Avatar within a decade?
Yeah, I guess. So, Untitled Scream sequel. Blue Beetle. Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania. They're bringing back Legally Blonde. Oh my god. Legally Blonde, the musical.
Dungeons and Dragons.
And then the Marvels. Cocaine Bear. Yeah, there it is. A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
That's got my interest.
They're bringing back Evil Dead Rise. They got
that could have potential, assuming they lean into the comedy.
Yeah. They bring so I do want to see the Oppenheimer movie because it seems interesting to me. But it's because it's nuclear stuff. So
yeah, I figure that's got you written all over it.
yeah. So Indiana Jones 5, I've heard the rumors about this. It's going to be absolute dog shit, my man.
Time travel.
Well, they have allegedly written 6 or 7 different endings and won't say which one they're going to use. And their goal is to go back in time and kill off male Indiana and then make a new female Indiana Jones, or Indy Mama Jones, as I've heard it called a few times. So their goal there is to simply kill off Indiana and make a new Indiana that's female, which is basically the modus operandi now, it seems like. New Guardians of the Galaxy. Onimaru, how you doing?
This one waits for the closers to get done, and The Sling, also better movies.
Ah, yeah. There's Janagana Mana. What the fuck that is?
I'm assuming that's words.
I guess. And then there's Nimona, which looks like a pretty interesting animated film. There's Craven the Hunter, and then
Oh no,
Pathan. What?
that one's probably gonna because that's a Sony picture. After they just did Morbius.
It's Morbin time.
Jeez.
I'm gonna morb. So on Evil Dead Rise, 2 sisters find themselves in a fight for their lives when an ancient book gives birth to bloodthirsty demons that run amok in Los Angeles apartment building. Interesting.
That could be fun, because for once we're not having the Deadite stuff happening in an abandoned cabin.
Executive producers, Bruce Campbell. So it may be good.
But is Sam Raimi involved?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
And the director
I've got
is
more
Lee
faith.
Cronin. So that could be good. Evil Dead 3 could be good. Oppenheimer, I want to see because I find that shit interesting. So Janagana Mana is another Bollywood film. Yeah. Plot looks basically just words. Nimona is an upcoming computer animated science fantasy adventure comedy film based on the comic series of the same name by N.D. Stevenson. Directed by Nick Bruno and Troy Kwan, and featuring the voices of Chloe Grace Moretz, Riz Ahmed, and Eugene Lee Yang. Huh. Is there a... Okay, so it was canceled in 2021 and then revived in 2022. Interesting. So it's... So when Disney shut down Blue Sky Studios, that film got canceled. They found Annapurna Pictures to pick it back up. So Netflix... See, this is what Netflix does. They find these scripts and go, hey, that could fill a time space. And they're able to revive these movies. So Disney killed this and Netflix bought it back. Interesting.
This is, I mean, that's like what I was saying. Like, they gave so many people that greenlighting power that you do wind up with some.
Stand by. Following the announcement, Stevenson said it was a sad day that he wished the best for everyone who worked in Blue Sky Studios, while Osborne said he was truly heartbroken the studios closing its doors. So, webcomics commenter Gary Tyrell criticized the decision, saying Disney could have allowed a very different kind of young heroine. I mourn for those who would have found a vision of themselves in an animated version, which to me is already a red flag. Anonymous staffers at Blue Sky interviewed by Business Insider bemoaned the cancellation of the film, calling it heartbreaking, arguing that the film didn't look like anything else in the animated world, and saying that they believe it will never be completed or released. Had it been made, it would have been Blue Sky's first film with LGBTQ representation, as a few staffers confirmed to BuzzFeed News that the film had an I love you scene between Ballister Blackheart and Ambrosius Goldenloin. Okay,
these names.
Sources told CBR that the film was 75% complete, and it's on track, and it simply needs just polishing. So they're trying to... So in March 2022, amid the controversy of Disney's involvement in Florida's Don't Say Gay bill, and like a criticism from CEO Bob Chapek until after the bill passed, 3 former Blue Sky staff members stated the film received pushback from Disney leadership centered around the film's LGBT themes and a same-sex kiss. So here's the thing, this is red flags. The only film to do this correctly off of Netflix was Arcane. Only Arcane did this correctly, and they did it in a very subtle way. So, while Nimona sounds interesting, will they? Because we've all seen what the shit that comes out of Disney, right? Like it's so fucking blatantly obvious and out of left field. Like, I can only think of two movies that did same-sex shit correctly. That was Arcane, and that was actually what's the one with the fucking blue elves? They got to get their dad back.
Oh, the Onward.
Onward. So Onward had a scene where it's a very subtle, like they don't play it up. It's simply a female talking about her girlfriend, a female officer talking about her girlfriend, and the scene just nothing else from there.
Well, you got to remember at the same time that was also considered not good enough because it wasn't the representation some people wanted. Like, oh no, she's not pretty.
Have they seen most lesbians? Anyway, so like Bill Burr had a skit where he goes, you used to know some girls are lesbians, you know? I want you to picture in our head, all right? Just picture the face of what you see when I say these words. Baseball player, astronaut, chef, lesbian. It's one of those great skits. But
I can already picture the flannel.
yeah, exactly. The red flannel, blue jeans, a scowl on their face. Yeah. But anyway, so I mean, Nimona seemed like it could be good, but at the same time, it's like Disney cannot do gay stuff subtly. It's just go ahead.
Well, I mean, a lot of it is you had people within the studios that were just like pushing so hard to make it so overt, make it such a big part of the story that you have people there who cared more about having that on screen than being able to work it into the story of the film in a way that makes sense, and to be able to put these things into a film and they'll make it work.
But Corey, I think we're following, and Slap Salad says, you forgot the most important part, Doc Martens. He is correct. I have known like 7 lesbians in my life, and they all wore Doc Martens to work, and I cannot figure out why that is. But yeah, so like our Arcane is why my best example of doing a gay couple correctly, because it builds towards it. It's not like this boom gay, it's not like a gay mousetrap. It goes whack, but it's like it leads up to it. But anyway, so Kraven the Hunter, Russian immigrant Sergei Kravenov is on a mission to prove that he's the greatest hunter in the world. And it's got the actor from Morbin Time as well. So now you said something about it being Sony. You had a reservation about it, or what?
Well, just primarily. You're gonna see probably some knee-jerk edits and changes made to that movie.
Why's that?
Because of the way Morbius was received at the box office.
They didn't like how.
You got to remember that movie was like quickly pulled from the theaters.
Why?
And then because it bombed, so they could like hurry up and put it onto streaming.
Oh, okay.
And then my favorite part, and then all the Morbius memes came out, like basically the week after it got pulled. So Sony said, "Let's put it back in theaters," and then nobody went and saw it.
They should have let it ride, man. Should have let it ride. So there's a Shin Kamen Rider movie coming out 2023. I'm gonna watch that shit, guaranteed. Mm-hmm. I will not be watching Jungle Book 2. Fuck right off with your fucking CGI bear. Dune Part 2. So actually, I enjoyed the first Dune. I'm pretty sure the second Dune should be good. Because I think they got a pretty good feeling for the first Dune. Because I've seen all the Dune movies. I mean, actually, because I actually watched the old ones way back in the day. I think my dad had a Dune marathon one weekend when I was over there seeing them. And we watched like all the Dune movies that were out. And I think this newest Dune got the feeling pretty good in terms of what a Dune movie should be. So I am optimistic for the second part. Well, what do you think?
I did have a couple of thoughts. I'm not sure that uh, Jason Momoa was the right pick for Duncan, Idaho, considering with the way the books go, how he becomes such a big prominent character in the subsequent novels.
Hmm.
That I don't think Jason Momoa has got a good enough acting range to be able to really at this point do more than just the surfer dude. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, he was Conan. He was in Game of Thrones. He's got some good stuff, but I think he really came into it with the surfer bro thing, and I think that's going to be kind of where people are going to want to pigeonhole him.
I think he did okay. Like, it wasn't great, but he's able to do it well enough to where he didn't like stand out in a bad way. He did pretty good. And in terms of what Duncan Idaho is and was and who the character is, he did okay. He isn't like my favorite Duncan Idaho or some shit, but he did alright. You know, like he didn't bomb the role whatsoever.
The other thing I had was Zendaya was actually better in the movie than I was expecting.
Oh, you think so? Did you have
yeah.
So you're like so you wouldn't say words. So you didn't have with like low hopes on the actor pretty much.
I've seen her in the Spider-Man films as MJ,
Yeah.
not Mary Jane. And she came off as obnoxious and unlikable for me. I didn't think she was going to be as good for it, and she convinced me otherwise. So I am fairly happy with Dune Part 1.
So she rose to the role, in your opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, of course, there is the Dungeons and Dragons movie, which is, you know, like, I want to be hopeful. I really do. I want to, like, you know, they're gonna get it. You know, it'd be kind of funny, but it's just after seeing all the shit that's been going on with just, you know, the fucking that particular franchise of Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons and Dragons. It's like I'm just like. It's gonna be so woke. Like I can feel like the specter of wokeness crawling over our shadows. Like there's gonna be so many fucking lesbians, right? Like you can just feel it coming. You know what I mean?
Oh, I can certainly wait.
I can certainly wait. But can you wait for Fast and Furious 10?
Do they go to space?
Well, they're calling it Fast X. So they
So X gonna give it to you.
You don't turn your back on X.
Oh shit.
God. Why don't you ever fuck your sister in doggy style? Because you don't turn your back on family. I fucking hate that movie. God damn it. So there's also Renfield, which is the one you're talking about earlier. That's the it's the Bram Stoker's Vampire is like the new twist with Nicolas Cage. I call it Renfield. So, upcoming American horror comedy film by Chris McKay and Ryan Ridley. So it's basically Nicolas Cage as, you know, Renfield. It's going to be a vampire. He's a henchman who works for Count Dracula. I don't know. We'll see. It's supposed to be a comedy. We're going to have high hopes. So it's got Nicolas Cage.
I like a good Nicolas Cage film.
Yeah. So Nicolas Cage, Nicholas Hoult, and Shohreh Aghdashloo. And then it's going to be Nicolas Cage as a vampire. You know, I'm all for it, I gotta say.
Have you seen the behind the seat? Have you seen the photos from the set?
I have not, no. How are they?
Oh, it looks amazing.
I can't wait. Captain Marvel 2, no one gives a fuck. That's gonna be it. That's an auto bomb. That show is an automatic bomb. That's gonna be a Batgirl bomb sequel 2. Like, I'm so shocked they're just not making it. You know, because Batgirl got pulled completely. Like they made it, went fuck this, and put that can in the fucking dungeon. That's just.
I dropped a picture for you in the chat.
Oh no, what is this? That's a lot of red velvet. So I'm pull this up for chat to look at. So, I mean, how could you not like that? Where's my fucking thing at? Hold on, I gotta pull my browser down.
Oh, shit, I gotta make you do some work.
Well, I had there's a browser source. No, not that one. Okay, so this one. So chat, here is Nicolas Cage as Bram Stoker's vampire. Look at this man. That's a lot of red velvet and the gold rings. This should be good. Like this should be good. Nicolas Cage has fun. He has fun as an actor, and this should be just a fun movie to go watch, like an actual comedy.
He did an interview recently with that movie where he's basically doing the Five Nights at Freddy's.
What?
Yeah, so it's called like Joe, I think, or something. Anyway, it's this movie where he's basically paid to go into an old abandoned like Chuck E. Cheese's
and
clean it
shitting
up.
me.
Yeah, this is the thing. And then like the animatronics come to life and start trying to murder him.
You're fucking shitting me. So they're doing like a knockoff fucking FNAF?
No, they did. It's already out.
Oh, they did it. Oh, fuck. Well, hold on.
Thank you for flying Gorgon Airlines.
Matt Oni Maru, thank you for gifting 5 subs. Thank you, bud.
Oh.
That's what Oni does. He just comes in and like this fucking shows off. Willy's Wonderland. Is that what it's called?
Yes. But while he was doing the interview for it, while he was kind of doing the press thing for it, he was talking about how one, he got all his debts paid off, so good on him,
I have seen this. Oh my god, I forgot. He's like completely like passive the entire time and just destroys his mechs. Oh my god, I forgot. I watched this while I was drunk one night. I remember like scenes where like he's just completely passive and like non-reactive to what's going on. He like destroys the robots. I gotta watch this again. Shit.
There's also the Banana Splits movie you should watch.
Banana Splits.
Yeah, that like it was like a 60s Hanna-Barbera like live action sort of like show.
Okay. I've seen the memes of this and some videos on YouTube where it's like a murderous fucking mascot.
But so Nicolas Cage is saying in this interview how whenever he does a film, he commits to it completely. He's not there to like half-ass the film. Like no, he commits. He believes in a project.
Yeah. And yeah, so Oni, thank you for the 5 subs. You Dragon and a few other guys keep this fucking channel running just on your own overbowed shoulders. So I thank you guys for that. But yeah, Nicolas Cage, he always goes 100% into a role, like for sure. And I forgot all about fucking Willy's Wonderland because I was watching it like, what the fuck is going? Like I was so drunk, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was laughing the entire time. Same time, I wouldn't call it a comedy. More like a satire.
Yeah, it's we're at a weird place where like we just can't have a straight up movie. We just can't have just a straight comedy.
Yeah, and I don't know why that is. Like we should let Keenan Peele like make a movie. It would just be a comedy, or like Bill Burr make a movie, or like have fucking Dave Chappelle make a movie. Like, hey, YouTube. Funny movie, go make. And then, have them just fucking just do their thing. Pinocchio, so that's out though, isn't it? The new Pinocchio with Tom Hanks and all that.
Oh yeah, it's like a streaming thing.
I thought it was an actual release movie. Is it only gonna be streamed?
I don't know. I really haven't paid attention. I just heard it was just kind of like a basically live action shot for shot remake of the Disney one.
See,
the animated.
Who goes, you know what we need? This is what we need. Like it's a huge bomb. Oh, this is a big bomb. This is like no help from fucking like critics bomb. This is, let's see, let's go to Rotten Tomatoes. 27% for critics and 30% for audience. Oof.
Oh. That's not good.
That's rough. Oh, what the? See, that's what I don't get. Who in these these companies are going, you know what we need? You know what we really need? A live action Pinocchio. Like how much cocaine are they sniffing? The fucking formers kind of have it. Like I don't get it. So I'm curious, how much was spent on this movie? Because Tom Hanks ain't cheap. Oh, that's right. This had the Black Blue Fairy, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, really, if you wanted to go that route, you should have gotten like RuPaul.
RuPaul would have crushed as a Blue Fairy. Me and you both know that. Like,
Oh yeah, it's like I think anyone would have said like, yeah, I could see RuPaul.
actually, you know what? I think we can both say that if they wanted a Black Blue Fairy, they should have gone with RuPaul. He would have crushed that role. I would have watched the movie just to see RuPaul as a Blue Fairy. You know what I mean, man?
Oh, it would have been great. It would have been had some genuine memes, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So it's not showing how much they spent on this, which is it's got to be at least a couple $100 million on this alone, due to all the CGI and A-list actors. Because it's not saying their budget. It's saying, okay, so it's Disney Plus, but they're not saying. Let's do it. Control F $sign. Nothing. So they're not so they're not telling how much this took and costed to make, which is a bit telling. It usually is. If they don't show production costs, it's expensive and it's not going to pay back.
No.
What?
Oh, okay, there's a different one. Apparently, Guillermo del Toro has a Pinocchio movie coming out this year as well,
Oh, yeah?
or had one.
Is it?
That was budgeted at $35 million.
Okay, yeah. This is made by Disney, so this is Disney with Tom Hanks and Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Keegan-Michael Key. So this is all a bunch of A-list actors, and they're not showing the production costs, which means it's probably at least $300 million for like just the CGI alone. It's going to take to make this film pop. So that's a huge bomb there, probably. Jeez, what? So we found two good movies so far. Besides the Kamen Rider movie, we're going to see that regardless. But
Of course,
you know, there's the new. So I went Rotten Tomatoes and start scrolling through shit. So Blonde, a movie about Marilyn Monroe, bomb. The Munsters, bomb. Pinocchio, bomb. What the fuck is touching me? It's a bug on me? Gross, man. Now you're dead. Congratulations. The Greatest Beer Run Ever, Bandit, The Jazzman's Blues. I don't know who the fuck these movies even are. Half the movies here that all top off are all fucking anime movies, for God's sakes. Hocus Pocus 2, which I was like...
in before the chat says, that's because it's based on what you look at. It's personalized suggestions.
Personalized suggestions. Well, made movies, big anime titty girl movie. What the fuck?
Ooh, One Piece is getting a theatrical release.
Here's an odd one. Uncharted got panned by critics, but a 90% viewer rating. DC League of Super Pets. The fuck?
No. Yeah, apparently that didn't do too well.
It's just like half these movies. I don't see why we even need them in the first place. Like, why is there a 16th Minions movie? Why the fuck is there a live action Pinocchio? Like,
well, the Minions sells.
Yeah, well, the kids.
Oh, but also like the language the Minions speak, you don't have to translate it. It's just Minion gibberish.
So
it works in every language.
The movie What Is a Woman, which is, have you seen that yet?
Oh, not yet.
Bro, this guy's a savage. But it's been pushed way down despite having a really high rating for audience and critics, it's been pushed down so low in the fucking like category. You guys scroll over to find it. That's funny.
And like no one wants to review it.
Well, so I remember I saw a clip like, "What are you?" Okay, you know. So say I'm a cat. You look at me. What am I? And the guy just really basic arguments just destroys this fucking biology stuff. Mortal Instruments. Oh, God. Have you ever read the City of Bones books?
No, those just kind of skipped me.
So the City of Bones books is a pretty okay series. I read it, in the army. And they made movies out of them, which are so fucking awful that I was actually getting visibly upset watching the movie. So
Is it that bad of an adaptation?
it's horrible. Just awful.
Was it as bad as Artemis Fowl?
No. Artemis Fowl is a special place in hell. Like, so we're gonna loop our whole argument around Hollywood on Artemis fucking Fowl. So Artemis Fowl, about a 6-book series, I think, with a few offshoots for the little brothers and sisters.
Thereabouts.
So you have a rich Irish kid who is part of a crime family, and he figures out that fairies are real. And there's a whole under fairy city system underneath the crust of the earth, right?
Would it be fair to say it's basically if Eric Cartman was rich?
Not really Eric Cartman. It's more Artemis Fowl was his own particular brand of like evil child in a way, but he wants money. Artemis Fowl wants money. He's a very greedy person. But he has this. We got to ask ourselves: how the hell does a kid do all this stuff? Well, he has a bodyguard named Butler Domovoy, or Domovoy Butler, whatever how you spell his name. But he's part of a huge clan of Russian bodyguard folks who are all trained from birth to be bodyguards. Is what they do. They're all bodyguards. Big bald white dude. All right, and it's this whole thing where it's him and Butler go on adventures and meet Holly Short, the first female leprechaun agent. Whole big adventure with dirt, with fucking Diggums and all that. And a movie comes out. I'm like, oh shit, Artemis Fowl movie is gonna be dope. No. The Artemis Fowl series is a well-established folklore line and plot lines. These things have to be for certain characters to work. So instead of a hulking white bald man, they instead sub Domovoy Butler for a hulking black dude with blue eyes and a white afro. First weird I was like, what? They purposely gave a small rich white kid a black manservant. And I was like, are you out of your fucking... You know what? I'm gonna let it slide. Maybe he's a great actor. Okay, we'll hope. And then also his sister is also turned black, despite also being a fucking redhead with the long ass beret with the jade ring in it. But whatever. So they purposely give a white kid, a white rich white kid, a black manservant with a white afro and blue eyes for some fucking reason. And then it comes to Holly Short. So I'm actually not all that mad about Butler. I'm actually more mad about Holly Short. Holly Short was the first female leprechaun trooper in the entire leprechaun division, more or less. And her commander is Commander Root. He's the guy who saw her through all this shit and made her become the first female leprechaun agent. Now Root is leprechaun. So Root is the leprechaun commander. He is part of leprechaun. They make him female in the movie, which removes Holly Short's whole thing as being the first female leprechaun agent. It removes her entire identity, her drive to be what she is. It's just grossly mishandled. And they try to combine 3 plot lines into one. It was a fucking absolute cock up. Just fuck me running.
And part of that gets into something I've mentioned a little bit was this idea that there are certain rules Hollywood has to play by in the writers' rooms. Like
what?
Like, for example, you have to have like female bosses in like law enforcement and that.
Well, the thing is, if they want to do that, then write your own fucking movie. Don't borrow from an established... That'd be like... a great analogy would be like, say I figure out how the hell to make Netflix take on and do an animated fucking Veil Rider show. and they turn Yule, a bearded white dude, into a fucking 5'1" Latina MILF. Like it would make no fucking sense. It removes the whole thing about the character. Like there's some things you just shouldn't change. If you want to change it, you do it yourself. Go write your own shit. You don't take something that's established and just fucking morph it like Play-Doh.
I'm just thinking about the Rule 63 fan art now.
The 5'1", the fucking Latina MILF. Like, It's just at least with like Turning Red, it was original. You know, big red panda chick. At least it was an original. Sea Beast fucking crushed it in Netflix, and it was a Prime that had Sea Beast. Netflix, and Sea Beast was original. It not an original plot by any means, but it's an original movie. You have sea monsters and I believe in Sea Beast, it was a white dude and a little black chick who stood aboard to go see the sea monsters, and they played off really well together. And it's very clear that the little black chick or black girl is the main character, but it's not like boom 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 look at this like it's originally done, and it fucking crushed it. Oh God, what have you done? Shut up. Shift 70 up. Thank you for following. Welcome to Valhalla Hill. 24 viewers. The fuck happened? Did we get raided? What's going on here? Well, yeah, Jolly Boy. There's clearly original thought. It's just not in Hollywood. It's not. It's on Netflix. It's on Prime. Hollywood is bankrupt. And of course, y'all mentioned Percy Jackson. Yeah, same shit. Same shit. So you have like these bastardizations of these beloved book series. There's also Aragon, but that's a shit for a whole other fucking reason. And then you have stuff like Day Shift. Great show. It was on Netflix, I think, or Prime. One of the two.
Is that the vampire one? Vampire Hunter one?
It's like I thought like this is gonna be shit, but it's got Jimmy Fox and Snoop Dogg in it, and Dave Franco, and Megan Good, and it has a black male lead that doesn't make it about him being black. It doesn't. It's not about Jimmy Fox being black. It's about him as a dad, making that money, getting that grind on. And it's very little like, but as a black man, none of that weird shit. There's none of that weird stuff going on. It's a dad like, man, I gotta pay for my kids' braces and private schools. One of the two things. He's like, man, I gotta get this grind on. So he goes to Snoop Dogg's character. Hey, I need one more chance to pay for my kids' braces. You know, and it's such a good show, and critics fucking hated it, but it's got like a 75% audience score. You know, it's just it was a good show, at least because Vampire Hunter is not an original concept by any means, but the spin on it can be. Like, it's not some badass dude. It's just a guy like, man, this is my job. I gotta pay for my kids' braces in fucking private school. I gotta do dangerous shit. It's just, God. And it's funny how like all these ones that stand out because they're someone original or at least well done. Like, you ever seen The King? It's a medieval movie.
Tell me more.
So The King is a movie based around like Henry V, and how he becomes. So basically, Henry V in the 15th century, he's becoming king. He's fighting the French and all that. And it's got Robert Pattinson and what's that goober's name? Timothy Matt, some French guy, and then Joel Edgerton. You know, he's in there. What's funny is that they make the French kid English and the English kid French. It's pretty funny. But it's got a great scene where these knights on foot are all posted up and are ready to receive a cavalry charge. And this lead knight gets fucking slammed by a horse, like live action, and thrown backwards. It's a great fucking scene. Great movie. And the reason why The King is good is because it's based in like realism. Like when well, not realism, but like work like shot for shot, but like how things would work in combat. Like the Dauphin of France wasn't actually there, I think. But the Dauphin and Hal are going to fucking go in and fight. And more or less, Delphine can't get grip in the mud and gets fucking stabbed to death. You know, it's a great little show. It's basically a medieval drama, but with like lots of combat in it. It's nice. All right. So there's a bit more on why Holly Short's specialization is so offensive. As the first female leprechaun officer, she has all sorts of pressures. In fact, every action she takes is weighed down by the knowledge that if she fucks up or loses enough standing, there Well, that and Holly Short did. She would do things the right thing, but she'd do the right thing wrong. So when she would fuck up, she would get a lot of hot pressure on her, while a male while like a male agent wouldn't. You know, but still, it's one of those things where, you know, that was her grind, was being the only and first female leprechaun. When you make a Commander Short female, it robs her of that being the first of her whole storyline, really. Yeah, so Ares, she was like a diversity hire or some shit. Like, she had big elf titties, that's why they fucking hired her. And Holly fucking hates her. It's a great dynamic between the two characters. But you know, like with Artemis Fowl, they have books and books and books to work from, and all this, you know, lore they can use to write with and establish characters and backstories and yada yada yada. And it's a layup. The author went, here's a book, and instead of laying it up and dunking that bitch, they fucking rammed off the rim and broke their face on the fucking backplate. Like, I don't understand why they gotta fuck things up like that. Like, I understand they may want a female boss or whatever else, or a black man for a little white kid. They may want that, but you don't have to do it. Hollywood, you don't have to do it. Well, yeah, Iggy, you're correct. Holly Short was a easy, strong female character. She was, and it's just they've ruined it. And the worst part is they did it on purpose, because I know they at least skimmed over the book. Right? Like, so that they had to kind of read it and get a vibe for it. And like, how do you purposely fuck it up like that?
There's a lot of content for doing the adaptations. They typically look down on this stuff, and especially with this having been a young adult novel, like aimed at boys.
Yeah.
They know better.
I mean, they clearly don't.
Never mind the fact that it's a successful novel series.
Oh,
that's gotten to the point where it managed to get multiple sequels
with a bloating fan base. Like, I'm one of them, for God's sakes. And it's slowly coming into focus for a lot of people is how, like, useless Hollywood is. Like, the Golden Globes and all those fucking goofy shows are dying by the foot. And for one, I'm glad. I could not care less about you and your fucking, like, ass patty award show. Like, look how woke and good we are. Whoa! Like, no one cares. You're all trash. and everyone can see it now. Like, they played this woke hand so hard, they kind of exposed their soft underbelly to the view of the world. You know what I mean?
Yep, they pushed too hard with it, and everyone's wise to it now. I mean, hell, what was it? Elizabeth Banks is coming out and having to try to rewrite the past over her Charlie's Angels film.
What? Why?
Well, because it was a massive flop.
Well, yeah, but how? But like, why she want to rewrite the past, and how? Like, they said, "Men, this show's not for you," and then none of the men watched it, and it flopped. Like, you planted that fucking corn crop, and you got all the corn kernels you wanted. That's what you wanted.
Well, see, now it's far enough back that everyone's forgotten about it. So the idea goes that maybe they can just go and kind of rewrite the past to say that, no, we weren't trying to make a feminist propaganda film.
Well, the thing is, people are not going to fall for that. They're just not. People are not going to fall for that shit. People are just they're wiser now. They're like, I guess partially due to YouTube and folks like me, you, and T-shirt and RK
Midnight-
and everyone else will be like, hey, look at all this shit. Look at it. And people are like,
Midnight-
oh, fuck.
Midnight's Edge did put out a great video talking about it today.
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like they like went in and brought up like quotes from the old interviews.
Oh, did
Like
he?
if you're not subscribed to Midnight's Edge, like they are one of the best channels to watch for the news coverage of Hollywood.
Yeah. And like, you know, it's just, I mean, they can't hide this like they used to back in the day. Information can be shared like that. It can go, and it's going underground. Now, people won't admit it. All right. Is Domino back? He's, all right, there's Jeek. Oh, shit.
Back like a shitting grin.
Open a Jeek at 9:45. Oh, fuck. Jeek. Ah, god damn it. I thought he was going to ping me. Ah, fuck. Damn it. So, Jeek got here at like 9:45, but never sent me a DM. God damn it. Ugh. Damn it,
Oops.
Jeek. Well, I'll try and get a hold of him later. God damn it. Hold on, chat.
While Guard is otherwise occupied, I'd like to talk to you all about information warfare can be extremely effective. I highly recommend some videos by... I don't know if... Wait. Hang on, I'll ask the question in podcast chat real quick.
No, you cannot stick your dick in that.
Stop it. Put the window seat down.
Get out of my head.
Get out of my head. Get out of my head. But yeah, so like so used to be back in the day, you can the critics could like control the view on movies and spins, but like here you can't do that anymore. You have people going, no, look at this shit, and they can put it right out in front of all the viewers' eyes, and you can't hide from it. You simply cannot hide from anything now as Hollywood. And people are just exposing everything, like how on Dahmer they fucking took off the LGBTQ flag because it's a murder show. like you can't hide from this shit now.
The internet remembers.
Hold on. God, that's 2 hours 30. Damn it. Cheek. Could have had it in for at least an hour. Oh, fuck. I gotta get this guy out some other time. Shit. The hentai guy.
You guys see the new Cyberpunk 2077 anime done by the
SoundCloud
guys
artist?
who made Kill la Kill?
So that's Edge Runner's hentai, and yeah, that's like the entire front part of our show. It was all about it.
Oh. Oh, we're circling back. Okay.
Oh yeah, like I was on a podcast and we were looking at that trailer. I remember I was saying at the time like, oh yeah, this looks like it's kind of a knockoff of Studio Trigger, only to immediately see that it's produced
made
by
by
Studio Trigger.
yeah. But
Like,
yeah, so
ooh, this is
so
awkward.
I that's kind of weird how like because Jeffrey Dahmer was gay and hunted down gay men and killed them. So technically, it does require the LGBTQ flag, but they got mad when they had it on there because it makes gay folks look bad. Like, what about all the straight murderers? Like, is that different? Give me a break. But yeah, like Hollywood can't hide from like their fucking miscreants. They can't hide from it because they fuck up once and that shit is out there, and like people like RK and fucking everyone else will just eat that shit apart and go like, look at this shit, look at it. It'll spread that, and the rage will fuel it. Like literally, they create their own problem by being their own problem. And I'm fucking here for it, bro. I'm glad that I'm glad that they can't hide it now. Because there were always whisperings of it back in the day, like, y'all heard about the thing? Yeah, I heard about it, but you couldn't like spread it out. But now, thanks to places like 4chan, you find all kinds of awful shit and have that shit spread out quickly. No problem.
The internet. The internet doesn't forget. The internet remembers.
Internet always a member. And 4chan will do it for fun. But it's just, man, I don't know. Like,
They love playing hide and seek.
but it's weird how like all the good shows and all the good cartoons are all based out of like Japan now because they don't bow to this other fucking like. Do you think that Edge Runners made by the U.S. would have been any good?
God, no.
No, because I can tell you, Kiwi would have been gay. Dory would have been a huge hulking lesbian who would also be gay for Dory. And then Maine would be also gay, but also bisexual for Dory because of how masculine she is. It would completely twist this fucking thing to fit whatever bullshit they wanted. And it would have been shit.
Oh, Dorio for sure. That would have been a whole mess, dude.
Dude, Dorio is fucking hot in my opinion, but oh, whatever. Rebecca. but like...
You know who was that cage fighter chick that had the, like, spike in her fist?
yeah,
in that intro scene?
Yeah.
That's... Ooh,
Giving more
peak.
bits to shout
Peak
out to
performance.
best girl Rebecca.
Hentai guy, she was shit. I'm glad the lolly died. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, so, I mean, like...
Spoilers, man.
If you don't know by now from Twitter,
A
fuck
week
you.
later.
Yeah. But yeah, like all these new, all like these animes coming out and all these mangas coming out, they're all coming out of Japan, and they're all great because they're not being infected. It's like a virus, man. Like, what Western comic have you all like read has been good recently? That is not off Patreon.
Well, funny you should say. The last American comic that I read all the way through that I truly enjoyed would either be a toss-up between Caught in the Blast Wave or the Bionicle comics.
Caught in the Blast
Or
Wave
the
was like a dystopian comic.
Bionicles.
Of course, the Bionicle comics.
Look, the Bionicle comics got progressively darker and grittier over time to the point that, like, the last few iterations were just, they gave the Bionicles guns, like laser rifles and straight up revolvers and missile launchers. And it was like, all right, they got real tired of those discs and Zammer spheres real quick.
Man, it's just
That was pretty good.
I mean, with that, it's like the whole, tossing the seeds to the wind. Like, a lot of the indie comics are really big. Like, give me more of a common America.
well, ask yourself, why are indie comics getting big? Because they're not infected. They're immunized by being self-employed.
Immunized.
Immunized.
And I mean, the one that's really blowing people up was frickin' Young Ripa's Isom.
yeah. So Young Rippa is currently destroying it right now because he makes unwoke black comics.
Oh,
It's what they are.
interesting aside to that. I completely forgot. I can't believe I forgot the legend that is DH Animations. Fantastic American comic. I highly recommend checking them out.
What the fuck is this?
Dog Ningen. Also colloquially
Oh.
known by another name that I will not bring up.
Say it, coward.
I definitely no. We like having a Twitch channel that's functional. I don't think I will.
Say it in a DM,
Yeah, no.
then, because I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
Oh.
Domino is typing.
Where's- Jeez, that's a lot of racial epithets you're putting out there.
Bad word usage.
He's still typing.
Hold on. Oh, I see now. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he
And
had
now-
to change the name
so-
so that he could sell volumes of it on
So
Amazon.
I got 13 DMs, all the exact same name. Like, copy, gotcha. So
Me seeks. That word is not allowed here. Well,
okay, now I found it.
I'll
And
do it again.
what- It was like a werewolf comic. What is this?
Oh no! So The premise of it's a long. Well, I say it's a long story. The short version is that his dad is sort of like a werewolf.
His dad is a
wolfman
dog. His mom, a
who,
lonely white girl.
who had non-consensual relations with his mom, and so his arc, the whole arc, is finding his dad, so he can kill him and do lots of other bad things to him
Based.
because his mom ended up raising him.
Absolutely based.
Yeah. But half of the appeal of that series is that the author has a YouTube channel in which he explains the lore occasionally. And to give you a sense of what those are like, if you could imagine Too Mad, right? But the version of Too Mad that got really into working out and being Catholic, like same vibe.
Imagine Too Mad working out.
Dude, let me see if I can find the screenshots that I
Bro,
got from this guy's videos.
Too Mad got bigger titties than most girls do. Good lord.
Bro, even in the best timeline of Too Mad, same thing.
That, and how the hell did Too Mad bang Belle Delphine of all people? How the fuck that happen?
Clout, my man.
See, you said clout. My ears heard clap. I was like, titty clap? The fuck? Like, and here we see Too Mad clapping his breast together, luring the Belle Delphine.
Oh god.
All right. So we're at almost 3 hours now. So before we go off, is anything else you want to talk about?
I'm afraid that if we try to,
Let the
like,
salt
we'll be here
flow.
another 3 hours.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Since
I would only encourage viewers here to check out the YouTube channel, the Discord, the work made by Guardbro, as well as DH Animations for further context.
So, what's one more subject that a quick subject that we all can enjoy and talk about? What's one subject? Florida. Hey, Mando, you're not blown away yet.
Yeah, there's a good one. So Florida, as it stands right now, is, depending on where you are, experiencing varying degrees of happening. And in other Discords, there are several Floridians that I'm acquainted with, and it's ran the gambit of, lights are still on, I'm just watching Netflix, to the
why my roof gone?
Ripped basically, why my roof gone?
Where roof?
Yeah, I had to fight a shark in my driveway.
Yeah, gator in pool has already happened.
I saw one picture of like a guy on the highway and a shark was fucking right next to him on the fucking highway, like the fucking like passenger lane.
Freaking Sharknado trended on Twitter.
So let's discuss one last subject. And we'll discuss how Pipkin Pippa is fucking based. Discuss.
Oh, based. Well, I guess I wouldn't call her the anti-VTuber, but she's the closest thing you could get to being the anti-VTuber.
Me and you both know that Pippa Pipkin is the anti-VTuber boss level. Like, she has 3 health bars. Like, I was talking with Moonshine, and like, I'm gonna shoot up a Walmart. So he made like a Pippa Pipkin thing with like a Walmart bag and shit, and an M16. I was fucking dying, dude. But like, she is so not like, when you see Pippa, you're like, oh, like cute little bunny girl, and then you start hearing her talk about like frogs turning gay and aliens. Like, what the fuck is?
Was it her that was in one of the other VTubers streams at one point and just kept going on and on and on? And the other VTuber is one of the Japan-based Hololive cast members, and so she muted Pippa, and every now and again she'd go back and like unmute Pippa, and she'd be on a whole other thing like tinfoil hats or government spy satellites.
You see, I love her retweets, because like when I feel sad, I pull up Pippa's Twitter and look at her retweets. Like, one, it says, "Sir, we're from the HOA," and it's a GIF of an M16 being fired and how the bullet is struck and how it goes up the barrel. I just can't. Like, I'll put the thing here in the stream chat, but like, god damn.
Oh, here's one where she's talking about the Tumblr containment board is coming back.
Yeah, and I was kind of giggling about that. But Pippa is like my fucking spirit animal, just absolutely untamed autism roaring out of both barrels. Like, if I could take any VTuber to the range, I would take Pip. If I could take it, I'll take Pip to the range and have a fucking day of it. Like, Pippa, PTR, go. It's just, she's so weird, but like,
Yo.
in the right way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's managed to make that a huge part of her appeal, and I'm pretty impressed she's been able to leverage that and keep her channel going. Because I think, generally speaking, that would be otherwise impossible.
If a dude did this, he'd be on a fucking watch list. I mean, Pivot probably is, but, you know, more closely watched. Like, I love when she did her Ram Ranch live sing. 18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch. She's on a stage.
Ram Ranch.
She had massive views, and she goes, "All right, our last song," and her last song of her 3D concert is fucking the Ram Ranch theme. And I was fucking floored. Oh my god. I still regret Googling what I did for the books, and then like, you should not
Your Honor,
you should not Google how to daisy chain C4 to artillery propellant in Google, because I was like, okay, how's it gonna work? How many blasting caps for you? Explosive radius of. I was like, why my browser slowing down? It was like 2 a.m. trying to write. I'm like,
You're getting onto the watch list before you can even finish that sentence.
Alphabet Boys have joined the chat.
Well, thing is, I remember going to I remember vividly. I was kind of drunk, and I was like, oh fuck, what if? And I go to my browser bar, and I remember I typed in, "Please FBI, I'm researching for a fantasy book. Please don't raid my house," or some shit like that. And when I put that in the browser bar, after about a minute, my browser sped back up. So, and maybe coincidence, who knows? But I'm still spooked to this fucking day. People are like, what the fuck? Weeaboo. Never mind.
Yeah, in your head canon, they watched you.
I hope they enjoyed the book series. That's the hope. Now, I will say, I have sent quite a few books to DC as a fucking address. Let's see. I forget, there's a certain code to it that when I try to send it via regular mail, it gets held in some place. But fucking, I remember it's like Hill East. What was like the address? So it was like something Hill East, and I watched like the tracking on it, and it would bounce around all over fucking DC, and then land at some like postal box. I was like, what the fuck? So I'm pretty sure at least one guy in the Pentagon has my book, like, just in case. Like, here's where it all started when his first mass shooting happened, you know, or some bullshit.
Yeah, they had to scan it into the National Archives.
Oh my god!
It's getting added to the presidential library.
What if there are any kid sniffing in here? Biden, put it down.
Biden, bro.
How
Joe?
short?
Not again, Joe.
How short are the
How is
elves? Are they smellable? Joe, calm down. Get in the rocker, Joe. Sit down.
Is it a
Guard.
scratch and sniff?
Guard, what's this? You got a new review on Amazon. They said it got 2 sniffs.
Needs more children. 2
Two
sniffs. What? She was 12 and I was 30. Weirdest shit a president's ever said, and we had Clinton and Bush, for God's sakes.
Oh, so for context about DH Animations being like the best possible timeline for 2Mad, which isn't saying much, I've added some images for context. This man.
We had Trump.
You're about to send me down a rabbit hole, aren't you?
No promises.
No promises.
None whatsoever. Joe Biden has a special guy. Oh my god. Biden, stay away from Chick-fil-A. Yeah, that's on site, honestly.
Yeah. But put the bird down. He keeps sniffing me. Get him away from me. You smell like wildfires. All right. So
We had to hire a corn pop to keep him away as a security guard.
He's an active deterrent.
he's a literal active deterrent. Yeah. But yeah, I hope Pippa has a nice, fruitful life as a fucking VTuber, because she's a laugh we fucking need and deserve at this point. Like, I'm sad. Here, watch Tiny Bunny Girl. I feel happiness again. Thank you, brother.
I'd also like to point out we are at 27 viewers right now, which is probably some of the highest I've seen on one of the more relaxed podcasts.
What are you trying to say
So
here?
awesome. Great job, guys.
What are you trying to say,
Just
bro?
saying.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying. Folks tune in for the high profile stuff, and we're getting more folks tuning in for the lower profile stuff, which is great. Wider viewer base is always good.
I'm trying to get.
I haven't ruined it.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Redcon 1 to lean more into the streams, and we'll see how that goes. I'm in touch with one of their reps, but we need more sales to get more eyeballs on us.
I'll have to check again. I think we already checked with the other Skeleton Boys about what how they felt about like doing a one-shot return game on here.
Yeah.
But I am always up, even as like an NPC in somebody else's game.
So, by the way, in the last Storm Rider game, you made an appearance. Your old character.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
Oh well, I should ask which character.
Well, drunk skeleton. Well, it's basically a drunk skeleton shrine in the back of a wagon. But
nice.
I saw a shirt on Pippa's thing. It says "Born to Swim, Oceans of Fuck, Kill 'Em All, 1989. I am a fish man, 410 billion dead carps." I just where'd she find this shit?
410 billion dead carps. Based.
Oh, I guess
Asian carps have been a disaster.
We'll touch one more subject. Is this guy fired yet? Who has a giant fake breast? He's also like the shop teacher. Is he fired yet?
I actually don't know. I did see that though, and it's become quite the hot button topic.
Imagine going. I can't wait to learn how to make a cabinet, and you see this fucking absolute unit just like, "Welcome to shop class. Don't cut your fingers off. Don't cut your nipples off, man. Good lord." Like, where's this Brontosaurus?
You know, the thing is, for all the issue people are bringing about the big fake tits, it's like, why has no one brought up the hair? Like, isn't that a pretty big safety hazard?
So
the VTuber wig.
So I stole this thing from Pippa's Twitter, so it's got a fish face over it. but still, like, it's just like, look at that.
Oh,
why is that allowed in public schools? What? You and your freaky fucking fetish, get out of here. I like when young boys stare at my fake breast. Bro, get out.
Like, it's really, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. Like, if it was something moderate that looked like it would be on a regular human being, sure, whatever.
What's most insulting is that
it's like from the waist up, it's like a pastor's wife in the deep south, and minus the necessary sag. From the waist down, it's just a guy in like jogging pants. Like,
well,
come on,
the worst thing
Just
is
try
that
harder.
worst thing that you can't like wear a bra with your fucking fake breasts. You got to let your nipples out there. Let's fucking rock it in the fucking cold wind. Like, Lord.
Yeah,
I feel like
couldn't
we
have
need
just taken like a
like
Dremel to those things beforehand, at least.
Jeez.
let's think about like what was it the thing Trump said about the guy in Congress with the nipples protruding?
What?
What?
You just said a
It's like-
whole. You said a whole fucking sentence that said a whole lot of things in one little tiny package. You gotta
Yeah,
unpack
there's
some
a
of
lot
that.
to unpack there. Yeah,
You gotta
please
find this-
expound on this.
I like the one where he's pelting Merkel with Starburst. That was pretty fun. He's just like, don't say I never give you anything. He's pelted with like 5 orange Starbursts. Pop, 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 pop. I miss him. Man, every day was funny with Trump in, man. Trump didn't sniff any kids. He was funny. He was orange. It was like having a clown as your president. Every day was funny. Now it's just sad and depressing, and the kids are scared.
Today I'm gonna go serve Big Macs.
Bro, he said, "Revving kids over here, football team, McDonald's, quarter pounders and Whoppers, get it fucking rolling." Like, kids don't want fancy food; they want a McDonald's. They're fucking stoked. Like, if you ever watched like the after interviews, they're so excited, dude.
Yeah, the kid that's literally walking away with an armful of the 20-piece nugget boxes.
Yeah.
Like 4 of them. It's like, dude, honestly, same.
Bro, I ate imagine saying, bro, I ate a Whopper with fucking Trump. Like, I had roast with Trump, bro. We had a fucking Whopper and talked about fucking sports for an hour. It was great. It was great. Oh my god.
We ordered McDonald's from the best McDonald's in DC. We didn't go to the bad one in
Oh wow.
the downtown area.
What?
They have the
Barf.
hottest fries, the hottest nugs, all the sauce,
Frank.
including Szechuan sauce.
Man was in there smuggling a couple of BBs.
Jeez.
Why his arms aren't in the sleeves? Is he just wearing that like a superhero cape?
What are you looking at?
The-
Oh, this guy.
the tweet.
Barney Frank looked disgusting, nipples protruding, his blue shirt for Congress. Very, very disrespectful.
He's got that thing on like he's the main character giving a speech about how he's going to take over the world.
What's his collar? Oh, no, okay, no, that's just how the chairs are. Okay. Stop hitting on Jim Bros and join us. Oh, my God. Okay. I think we hold on, what?
We lost 2 viewers. Oh no.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so I got sent a thing from Marcus. That's from Pippa.
Thanks for the 333. I think Helen was mostly legit, but not as capable as she's made out to be. Like how that one event happened, but 6 million? No way.
What, she mentioned Veil Riders?
No.
Wait a minute.
Oh, she got debated on fucking stream. Okay, not Roger. Jesus. Okay, I think we're gonna call it there. I'm getting lightheaded. I may or not been slurping on some fucking adult beverage the entire time. Okay.
Well, thank you for allowing me to hop in on this. It's a rare treat for me to have input and just throw a podcast into disorganized chaos.
Sir, one day I was like, is Dama gonna come? And you sat and watched and waited the entire time, knowing that you had an open invitation to the fucking podcast. You're like, he'll invite me by voice one of these times. Just watching it, like with your fucking hands clutched to your chair. What are you gonna begin?
Hey, I'm in this post and I don't like it.
Oh,
I'm like, maybe he'll like give me a poke and be like, hey Iron, you wanna come by?
hey, well, I actually quite like having Iron here, actually.
Yeah.
Because, like, I forget how it all started. Was like, I got Iron on here. He's a pretty fucking fun guy. And I was like, you know what? You're staying here. He's like, okay. I remember, like, I was like, Iron, where are you? Like, oh shit. Like, I think it was like the second podcast. I was like, you gonna come? We're like, oh fuck, okay, shit. You like had to hop on real quick. That's pretty funny. But
Like, oh, I'm not hated. I'm allowed to come back.
I
could sit at the adult table?
I'm bringing my nuggets to the adult table. Okay.
Where's Trump at? Is he bringing the nuggets?
Yeah. Goodness. So we'll be back this Friday for the War Crime Boy game, but there will not be a stream Monday. There should be a stream Wednesday and no stream Friday because of Nugget Fest. So from Thursday to Sunday, I think. Nugget Fest happening weekend of. You know how it is. Anyway. Domino, thank you for showing up and being our state-approved Windowsy Wrangler in case the Windowsy came by. Iron, good having you here. We'll see you guys later, and say goodbye, folks.
I do it for Dale, boys. Dilly dilly.
Ah.
Goodbye, chat.